He's actually a really good kid. He would be a great kid if he wasn't dating my daughter. But he's a good kid. He was over one time for a promposal. He came over and walked right into my house without knocking, like the damn criminal that he is. And he had a cake that said, "May I cake you to prom?" He also had 2 cupcakes. One said yes, one said no. And my daughter grabbed the yes cupcake. She's like, "Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. I'm so excited, yes." And I walked through and I grabbed the no cupcake and I slowly backed out of the kitchen. I was looking around the wall, watching their interactions. And finally, her boyfriend saw me and he goes, "Oh, hi." And I go, "What do you mean, oh, hi?" And he goes, "Well, you startled me." I'm like, "I shouldn't have. I'm the homeowner." This is all my that you see. When you see this stuff, you should see me. Matter of fact, you ever come in here, see my stuff, don't see me, turn around, get the out. And my daughter's like, "Dad, can you stop being a jerk?" And I just held up the no cupcake. One of my favorite stories about her is this. She failed her driver's test. Oh my God, she was so excited, so it was so awesome. Because she got all ready. She was like, looked really nice. She was gonna spend the whole day out, and before she leaves, she goes, "Hey Dad, going to get my license, see you later." "Maybe." And then left. And then an hour later, called me for a ride home. I know, that's intense and that's hard for me because I love just like hitting on people. So I'm driving down there and I go, "Hey man, you are older than her. You know this is not a big deal, but this could be the worst day of her life at this exact moment. So just take it easy." I'm like, "All right, got it." And I get down there and she gets in the car and she's crying and I go, "Hey, did you pass?" I couldn't handle it. I could not handle it. It was too good of a moment and I knew. But then she said, "Actually, I did, smartass." And I go, "Why am I bringing you home?" She goes, "Well, here's what happened. I passed everything. The woman put the clipboard down after she graded me, and then I ran a red light." Yeah. How great is that? She goes, "You have to call him, Dad. It's not fair." And I was like, "Do you know how I told you life isn't fair? This is the most fair thing that's ever gonna happen to you." She goes, "Dad, I passed everything and then I ran a red light." I go, "Yeah, that's not how life works. You can't T-bone a family of 4 and then be like, 'Officer, I already had my groceries.'" No.
You get old, your thoughts get lame. I have the stupidest thoughts. I hate them. I have lame thoughts. The other day I was walking my dog. Rare moment of solitude. Rare moment of solitude. My wife's like, "Somebody's got to walk this dog. It's been days." I was like, "I'll do it. I'll be back in 9 hours. I'm going to walk the out of this dog." Walking through the neighborhood alone. Rare moment. And I had this thought, and I said it out loud to nobody. To myself. Had this thought and said it. I just said, "Okay, see, this is good landscaping." What? And up until that point, I didn't realize I was utterly dissatisfied with all other landscaping. But apparently I was, profoundly so. For in this rare moment of quiet, I revealed to myself this truth. I hate the landscaping in this neighborhood, except for this one house. But I didn't have time to dwell on that, because the next thing I know, I see my neighbor Steve, and he's dragging the recycling bins down to the curb, dragging the compost bin down to the curb, not realizing Monday was a federal holiday. It's gonna push collection day back one day, and I gotta watch Steve's dumb ass out there the whole next day, being like, "Where are the bins? Have they come to your house yet? What's going on? Is there some sort of emergency? What the is going on in your life, Steve, that you don't remember that Monday was a federal holiday? Every Saturday, you remember to fly your Michigan State game day flag, but you can't remember Monday was Cesar Chavez? Steve, you're 55. How are you going to suck your alma mater's?" Plus, these squirrels are pissing me off. You know what I'm talking about? Squirrels are pissing me off, dude. Going at my bird feeders hard. You should have seen my porch on Halloween. What a damn mess. You know I'm a gourd guy. But that's fair. That's fair game, right? That's outside. That's our shared territory. Well played, squirrels. Check this out. Other day, my family and I, we go out to run some errands, and we left the windows up to air the house out a little bit. Screens down, but windows up. Get some fresh air in there. We come back. In the kitchen window screen, a squirrel had chewed a perfect squirrel-sized hole through the screen, and it was sitting on the carpet in our kitchen, and it had gathered all the apples in the house, and it had taken a bunch of little bites out of all of them. And he sees us, and he's like, "Oh!" And he grabs an apple, and he darts out that hole. I swear to God, without even touching the mesh, just like Thomas Crown Affair Squirrel Edition, just out. That is a transgression. That is a violation. And that is an escalation. So here's what I did. I followed that squirrel right back to its nest. And then I f***ed his wife.
Immediately after our wedding, my wife and I, we went to our honeymoon. So we did it the day after. We didn't want any time to elapse. We wanted to ride it out. And we saved up some money and we went to Portugal. And we were flying out of Newark International Airport, and we're in the line to board the plane. And then all of a sudden, so there's people from all over the world there. It was a very busy terminal. And then a voice comes over the loudspeaker, and I just hear, boop. Yeah, we are very, very sorry. This is a very dirty airplane. This fly from Newark to Lisbon, it is a very, very dirty airplane. So we have dirt in the aisles, and we have oil in the carpets. So we have had to recall the cleaning crew for a second time to clean this dirty airplane. It is not fit for the skies. So we have recalled the cleaning crew for a second time. We apologize for the inconvenience. It will be delayed for 20 minutes. Boop. And I look at my wife, I'm like, I fly a lot for work. I've never had a plane not take off because it was too dirty. But okay, we were still riding off the high of our wedding. We were so excited, wasn't gonna bum us out or anything. Then 20 minutes later, we hear, boop. Yeah, this is a very, very, very dirty airplane. There is gum in the armrests. So we have had to recall the cleaning crew for a third time. We apologize for inconvenience. This flight has been delayed another 20 minutes. We apologize for inconvenience. Boop. And I'm like, how dirty is this plane? What happened in there? What is going on? And then for the first time, I saw my wife's spirits start to dip, which really broke my heart because it was really important for me for her to have an amazing honeymoon. So to cheer her up, I started making fake announcements in the line in that guy's voice as to why the plane was too dirty to take off. Boop. Yeah, this is a dirty, naughty, filthy, dirty little airplane. This is a nasty bird. There are rats. This plane has been overcome by rats. They are massive rats, nutria rats. So we have had to arm the cleaning crew with rifles to take out, to shoot these rats on sight, execute the rats. So we apologize for inconvenience. We must grab the rifles, arm the cleaning crew. They have been recalled and commissioned into service for a fifth time. We apologize for inconvenience. This flight has been delayed 20 minutes. Boop. Boop. Oh, f*** me. Okay. Do not shoot the messenger, and I am saying that to the cleaning crew because they are armed right now. These rats have built a in the doorway to... I apologize. What is American word for sticks in big wall? Oh, I'm sorry, a dam, not a I apologize. Okay. They've built a dam, and we have actually executed the rats, but we have also identified the rats as food source. The previous flight was filled with people with the celiac disease. And as a courtesy to the celiacs, we passed out the Nutrigrain gluten-free Nutrigrain bars. Now, you know how crummy the normal Nutrigrain bars are? Well, you use the almond flour in those suckers, and they are ass crumbs. They are filled with crumbs.
So we have had to recall the cleaning crew for a 6th time. We apologize for inconvenience. This flight has been delayed another 20 minutes. Boop. Boop. Okay. 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 So crazy development. The plane is clean. That is the good news. The bad news, we have a pedophile ghost in the bathroom. Now, you might be wondering, how does pedophile ghosts get locked in the bathroom? That is a great question. We have great answers. So, there was a flight in 2017 going from Newark International Airport to the Austin International Airport, Bergstrom. And the flight had to make an emergency air landing, excuse me, it's English as a second language. And it made an emergency landing in the Orlando, Florida airport. And upon finding out that they were landing at Disney World, the perverts had a heart attack and died in the bathroom. So we have had to call in a shaman, excuse me, a shop person. We are very progressive on these airplanes. It is a shop person. We have called them in from the Shreveport, Louisiana, and unfortunately we do have no direct flights, so this shop person will not get here until tomorrow, and by then the plane will be damned, so we must bury the plane underneath 500 feet of sand. We apologize for the inconvenience, this flight has been canceled.
I grew up speaking Finnish. It's very, very common in Finland. And I did learn English back then. I learned English, they teach English there, but when I moved here, I learned that it's not the same English that you have. The English here, it's different. I think the biggest difference is there's so many of these things here in America. These, when you shorten a thing down to just a few letters. I think it's called acronym. Like, there's so many of those, like FBI, YMCA, KFC, like, so many of those. And I've noticed that people here seem to assume that every single person knows the meaning of every single one of these acronyms. Even people who moved here like 4 hours ago. From day one I moved here, people just say to me things like, yeah, I'm going through TSA at JFK. You want a PBJ? I have a PhD and I take CBD for my ADD. And I'm like, what the hell are you saying? What is this English? I thought I know this language. Because they teach English in school in Finland, but they mostly teach words. Remember those? I know so many words, but not these acronym things. Because even official papers here assume that you know these things. I moved here, I had to fill out a form. First line on that form, D-O-B. No explanation. Just D-O-B, empty space. Now I know it's date of birth, but back then I was like, this could be anything. Dead on the beach. No. Then I did my first show at a comedy club in America, and the club said that, hey, you have to fill out a W-9. And I was like, what is that? And he said, it's a form for the IRS. Well, what is that? And then he said, you shouldn't say that. Don't say that. You should say WTF. And I was like, what is that? Because back home in Finland, we just don't use these acronyms that much. Like, now we have a little bit more, but when I was growing up there, we had 2. We had only 2. UFO, HIV. The only 2. And I don't think we even realized that they were shortened from something. Like, we didn't pronounce them like UFO. We just said UFO. And we still say it like that. We still do it. It's faster. But here it's everywhere, and people assume that. Turns out, even in Canada, I went to Vancouver, Canada, first time ever. Immediately when I arrived there, people asked me that, hey, have you ever before done a show in BC? And I was like, you mean more than 2,000 years ago? I don't think so, no. I was so young. But BC, that means British Columbia in Canada. It's a province. I didn't know that. Also, first ever time I went to Michigan. I went to Detroit, Michigan. Never been to Michigan. And immediately when I got there, people were like, hey, have you been to UP? You have to go to UP. Yeah, UP. And now I know it means Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I know that now. But how the could I have known that back then? Like, how did you don't know that? Nobody in Finland, 0 people know that. Nobody would know that. But they just assumed. They were like, UP. I was like, yeah, and I also poo. I think it can even be dangerous to assume that everybody knows all these acronyms. Like this one guy was yelling. He was yelling like, help! I need CPR. Well, I have no idea what that means. So he didn't make it. So it's dangerous. But don't worry. I am determined to learn all the acronyms. I have to, because I live here. I live in the land of acronyms. This is the land of acronyms. Even the name of this country. That's the first hint. There will be more. Even the name, USA. I've actually noticed most people in the USA almost never say USA. Most times you say US. It's just US. Like, who has time to say the A? Even the acronym was too long for you. But I am learning. I learned many of them now. Like, just yesterday I had a WHO. No, you know that? No. Now you know how I feel. I made it up. That's how I feel every day here. But I'm learning, and I figured the best way to remember all these acronyms is a little song. So I made this little song. It's the acronym song. I took the melody from another song. You might recognize it. It's a song that has lots of letters in it. It's the alphabet song. Okay. But I modified it. Okay. A, B, C, NBC, HBO, MTV, PTSD from DMV, DUI with SUV, IBS, OCD, FYI, STD.
I recently achieved the dream of every middle-class person. I had a bit of work done on the house. Had a new kitchen put in. I stress We're not wealthy, but we came into some money on the death of an elderly relative upon which I had bet heavily. Come on, Uncle Oscar, Daddy needs a kitchen island. So we got this work done, and I don't know if there are any men in the audience who are man enough to admit that when you meet a proper man, you go a bit funny, right? Like if you see, walking down the street, if you see a guy who's like wearing overalls, he's got paint all over them, and you see him and you go, there goes a proper man, and you go a bit limp, you know, oh, he's proper. All it really means, of course, is that he's not that good at painting. And what happens, and I don't want to do this happens despite my best endeavours, I open the door to them and I do a bit of a voice, right? I don't know what it is. These guys turn up, I'm like, all right, let's wait. Like, where is that coming from? What is that? I'm going, all right, cup of tea, cheeky Stella, all right, lovely. I think on some level I'm trying to sort of leverage a friendship with them in order to create the possibility of the discount for cash. Don't know if anyone's ever pulled that off. All right, lads, cup of tea, discount for cash. What that is, I'll give you the cash, you knock the VAT off, everybody's laughing, apart from obviously the schools and the hospitals. Anyway, and they must know. They must know, right? When I turn up like this, they must go around the corner and go, he's rather patronising, isn't he? Yes, he is. He is condescending to us, talking down to us, isn't he? Yes, he's trying rather hard. That's what she said, careful. And we tried to do the whole job in a week, right? They wanted to get it done in a week. So at one point, they were all in the living room. Now, our living room is underneath our kitchen with this little squeezy house on a hill. And all 5 of them were downstairs in the living room having a chat, right? So there was a Chippy, a Sparky. You've got another lingo. There was whatever the a plumber is. Cheeky Dolphin. I don't know. Splash Harry. And a Bender? That's unlikely, I think. And a Gaffer and a Spaffer, which is my word for a plasterer. I've made that up myself, you're welcome. Spaff, spaff, spaff. It's harder than it looks. So all 5 of them were in there, and I went in to offer them a coffee, right? And I panicked, because I didn't know how to address them together. And I walked in, and I went, all right, men. I don't know why I said that. I think I was going to go for lads, and then I bailed out halfway through the sentence. I turned up, men, as if I'm the brigadier at the back of the battlefield on a white horse. And I'm expecting you, obviously, to die tomorrow in your hundreds of thousands. But for now, can I offer you a coffee? So they all said yes. So 2 minutes later, I'm standing upstairs in the kitchen, at the worktop, in front of a coffee pod machine I already feel bloody guilty about. And I've got 5 pods on the worktop in front of me, thinking, am I really going to chuck 5 pods at these bastards, right? What if they want another coffee later on? They're here all week. This is going to bankrupt me, right? I'm going to have to kill another relative. They're not the usual pods, is my point. They're from a special collection called simply Regime. And so I've got the 5, I scoot them up, I've got 5 pods in one hand, I've got a jar of dirty instant coffee in the other hand, and I'm looking from one to the other, trying to make my mind up. When I look up, and one of the builders is standing on a ladder looking in through the kitchen window. There is no other thought I could possibly have been contemplating. I ended up having to do a sort of extended improvised act out to my wife, who was not in the building, saying to her out loud, oh, all right, darling, what are you done? What are you doing getting this instant muck? Nothing but the best for my boys. Sorry.
I saw a Gen Z girl get into a minor fender bender car accident with an older lady, and they both rolled down their window, and the first thing the Gen Z girl says is, honestly, we did not slay this, she said. And I was like, okay, I love you guys. That's the hardest I ever heard somebody say after a car accident. Honestly, we did not slay this. Is that what you tell Geico? Is that what you tell insurance? Hey, it's just Geico, what happened? I can tell you what did not happen. We did not slay, mama. Okay, do you want us to send someone? Is the car total? No, the car is total, but the vibes remain immaculate.
You know, there was a thing I read recently that was, there was a woman in Decatur, Georgia. She heard some buzzing. You're gonna love this one then. She had 120,000 bees living in her ceiling. This is true. You can Google it later. Just put in 120,000 and bee, it'll autocorrect bees. And I don't know about you guys, Denver, But I feel like if I see 5 bees, I'm like, there's a lot of bees here. We should do something about our bee problem. But you know, me, maybe I'm some liberal coastal elite mother who notices bees, you know? Well, let's say 10,000 bees. Wow, 10,000 bees coming and going from your house, doing what they do, eating leaves and I don't know much about bees' lives or what they eat. That definitely seems like enough bees to be like, bees. No? What about 20,000 bees? That's 2 times 10,000 bees, which already seemed like a lot to me. No? 30,000 bees? I talked to a bee person. 30,000 bees is 9 pounds of bees. That's a healthy baby boy of bees. Definitely seems like enough bees to be like, we have bees here. No? 40,000 bees! 40,000 bees! That is a golden doodle of bees. Woof, woof, there are bees here. No, we're not noticing them yet? 50,000 bees, 50,000 bees. That's Dodger Stadium of bees. Each bee has its own seat. Adorable, but a lot of bees. Empirically, a lot of bees. What, 60,000? What are you talking about, 60,000 bees and we haven't noticed them? That's a Nissan Juke filled with bees. They're packed in tight. They're holding each other, tip to tail, tip to tail. They could drive the thing if they could figure it out, but they can't because they're bees. Nary a peep from this woman at 60,000 bees. It takes 2 Nissan Jukes filled with bees before this woman is like, there appear to be bees here. And that's America, guys.
So my birthday, I'm just gonna go back. So my birthday, I was angry and I was driving. Everybody knows when you're angry and you're driving, you crash. So I was speeding really hard. I get pulled over, right? The cop gets out of the car, it's a black cop, so immediately I'm like, yeah, about to get a discount. So he walks over, right? He goes, let me see your license and registration, please. I panicked and I gave him my Applebee's gift card. He goes, you trying to bribe me with an Applebee's gift card? Get out the car. And when he said that on the inside, I was like, it's my birthday. But on the outside, I just turned 19. I'm trying to be tough in front of my brother. I'm like, I got a car, don't matter to me, cuz. Oh, you gonna put cuffs on me? Okay, you think it's the first time I've been in cuffs? Because it was. I was like, these are so cold. And he goes, what's up with your attitude? And I was like, I ain't got no attitude, but I said it like that. So he starts to put me in the back of the cop car. As he's doing that on the inside, I was like, it's my birthday. But on the outside, I'm like, it's my birthday. And I peed on myself a little bit. It wasn't like a full amount of pee. It was right before the cutoff point. I was like, ooh, that was almost unstoppable. And so I get inside the back of the cop car because he wouldn't let me in the front. And he goes, hey, man, what's going on? And I was like, it's my birthday. Everybody forgot. And then he checks my ID, sees it's my birthday, and says, all right, man, get out of here. I was like, are you serious? He goes, yes, I'm serious. Hurry up and get out before I change my mind. And I was like, oh, snap, man, but like I'm in cuffs right now. And he says, oh yeah, my bad, let me get out. Then he gets out, he unlocks the door, he uncuffs me, goes, hey man, just slow down. I was like, thank you so much, officer. I start walking back to the car, hit that little spin move, hey. You know that spin move where you try to wipe all the tears before your brother sees you crying? I did that one. And I get in the car, my brother's like, I already heard you crying. I was like, I don't care, it's my birthday. I'll cry if I want to. Like, you know, you would cry too if it happened to you. And, you know, The cop, he pulled up right next to me. And he rolled down the window and says, hey, man, happy birthday. Pulls off. I'm like, wow, this man just stole my Applebee's gift card. The worst birthday ever, man.
I hit a cop car with my car. I don't recommend doing that. I was driving home with my fiance. We were just a few blocks from home. We were passing by this cafe that I go to from time to time. I noticed it peripherally that they were open later than usual. So I turned my head like, oh, they're open later than usual. When I turned back, the words police were getting closer and closer. I rammed into the cop car's bumper, and my fiance, to her credit, didn't say anything, but I could just feel everything she was thinking. I was like, you're right. You're absolutely right about all of it. The cop car, we're at a light. The cop car turns off to a side street. So then I turn to my fiance, like, should we just get the hell out of here? Like, it's like, no, we can't do that. So then I turn and follow the cop and pull up behind him. Now all of a sudden it's like I'm pulling him over. Like, maybe I work for the NYPD now. So then we're just sitting and waiting. Cop finally gets out, ambles over. First thing he says is, bad idea hitting a cop car. I was like, yeah, actually it wasn't my idea. It just happened. Then he was kind of like pacing around. Like, remember when you were a kid and your parents were almost like searching for the punishment? They were beside themselves. So I'm waiting. Finally, he's like, fuck it, I don't want to deal with this. I was like, that was my solution. Then he goes, you were never here. Which I thought was almost existential. Like, are any of us ever really, truly here? Then he turns and walks back to his car. As he's about to get in, he turns back and says, oh, are you okay? I was like, yeah, we're fine. Are you okay? He's like, yeah. Gets into his car, drives away. I turn to my fiance and say, I don't know what these black folks are complaining about. That could not have been a more pleasant exchange. I felt safe. I felt protected. I felt like my life mattered.
Here's the most awkward thing I can think of. If you're ever around a couple who's been together for a long time, and they're at a party, and they start doing an impression of one another, just get the out of there. It gets mean so quick. It escalates. They know too much. You're hanging out, and they walk in, you're like, oh, look who finally got here, everybody. Mark and Brenda, finally. And Mark's like, well, you know, Brenda, is my hair perfect? Hey, that's fine, Mark. We're just joking around. It's fine. You can be late. It's all right. Nobody cares. And Brenda's like, you know, Mark, I got fired for being a racist last year. You didn't even do a voice, Brenda.
Where do you find the low-income whites of this great country of ours? 2 words. Waffle House. Waffle House seems to be a headquarters for the low-income whites. Or if you're in the middle of the country, it's called a Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrels are just upscale Waffle Houses. We're in Nashville. You have Waffle Houses and Cracker Barrels. Can you say sweet spot? What's your mindset when you go to a Cracker Barrel? I want the unhealthiest food sold in public, but I still want to impulse buy a rocking chair. Where can I do it? Does such a place exist? It does. It's called the Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrels are closing. Sorry, whites. Sorry, whites. Cracker Barrels are closing. Sorry, whites. I'm sorry, whites. But so are Red Lobsters. Sorry, blacks. Sorry, blacks. I'm sorry, blacks. That joke works better if there's more blacks in the room. Maybe someday, right, Nashville? We don't have Waffle Houses in the north where I live. I live in New York City. We have Starbucks. And I don't like Starbucks. I don't like the pretentious energy in Starbucks. You walk in, everybody's on their laptop. I guess writing their screenplay. You know what I think they're doing? I think they're laundering money. Something borderline illegal. So I walk past the pretentious people and I wait in line for the bathroom because I'm in my 50s. And that's what you do when you're in your 50s. You use the bathroom every place that you go. That's less of a joke, more of a medical fact. I don't know how it is here, but the Starbucks in New York, someone's always in the bathroom for a long time. It's one guy, he's really in there. I don't know what he's doing in there, but he's in there real good. I can tell you that. He's living his best life. I don't know if he's finishing college or starting a podcast, but he's in there. He's in there real good. And just when I think he's coming out, water starts coming from underneath the door, indicating that he's not coming out anytime soon. The last time I was at Starbucks, I was waiting in line for the bathroom. The man in front of me had a dog that was wearing a sweater. I hate it. It's so condescending. The dog looked like he went to a better college than I did. It looks like he could bite somebody and he's already dressed for court. The line's taking too long. I exit the line and now I'm waiting in the line for coffee, which is also very long, but it's moving. And I eventually get to the front and the girl with the purple hair goes to take my order. And I go, medium black coffee, nothing in it. She goes, don't you mean grande? I said, miss, I don't think it's the right time to be teaching me Italian. There's a man swimming in your bathroom. None of this is the case at the Waffle House. I went to my first Waffle House last year on the road in Mississippi. First of all, I love the name, Waffle House. House is in the name. It's very welcoming. And it's ironic because everyone in the Waffle House looks like they live in their car. I'm talking Waffle House now. I live in New York City. First Waffle House, Mississippi. I walk in, I'm wearing a shirt with sleeves, so I was overdressed. I go to the bathroom. There's no code on the door of the bathroom at the Waffle House like at Starbucks. There's no door on the bathroom of the Waffle House. Come and go as you please. Little thing called freedom you might have read about in your history books. I finish my business and I'm walking back to my table and it's Mississippi. I'm looking at the back of people's heads and it's mullet, mullet, head injury. Mullet, mullet, head injury. Mullet, mullet, head injury. Mullet, mullet. I get back to my table and that waitress is a talker. OMG. I knew everything about her in a couple of minutes. Mother of 5, all cesarean. I know that because she showed me the scar as I was eating. Things move quickly at the Waffle House, guys. 1 minute you're discussing menu options. The next minute you're running your finger along a cesarean scar of a woman you just met. 3 of the 5 kids she had during the lunch rush at that Waffle House. The other 2 she had in a bathtub full of moonshine. Mississippi baptism. telling me about her life. Turns out she had just gone through a painful divorce. She was married to her cousin. Get off your high horse, Nashville. It's Mississippi. People marry their cousins. And I have empathy for that, because if you're dating your cousin, you kind of have to marry your cousin. Because how do you break up with your cousin? What do you even say? Look, I just want to be family. She starts to tear up talking about her divorce, and I'm compassionate, so I reach up, I touch her face, I wipe away her tear, and I remember I said to her, I said, Scalene? That was her name, Scalene, named after the white trash of all the triangles. I said, Scalene, you did the right thing by getting them youngins as kids, out of that toxic relationship. And out of my peripheral, which is a word they don't understand in Mississippi, I see a man choking. He's a big redneck, no disrespect. And out of instinct, I yell, is there a doctor here? Not realizing that I'm at a Waffle House. Probably not a doctor at a Waffle House. Now I looked at the people's faces and I thought to myself, more a chance of a doctor than a dentist. No one has teeth in Mississippi. Are you guys gonna get these jokes or no? So I think to myself, Michael, you graduated from high school. You're the closest thing to a doctor at this Waffle House. You gotta do something. So I start to make my move. He's a big redneck, he's choking, I'm coming from behind him. I don't want to startle him, but I know I'm in the South, so I get close and I whisper in his ear, I'm white. I lock my hands and I start the Heimlich maneuver, which is gay marriage in Mississippi, and someone starts recording it with their phone, I assume for Pornhub, and after about 15 thrusts, which is what I'm good for, piece of Scrapple shoots out of his mouth and hits another man in the face, also named Scrapple. Scrapple Jenkins, he was the sheriff. So I head back to my table and I'm sitting there contemplating the meaning of life, and my waitress, Scalene, she comes walking towards me, and I notice she's limping. And we're friends at this point, so I call out to her. I say, Scalene, baby girl? Do you got the scoliosis? She said, no, Ferris wheel accident. Did you guys know Mississippi is 50th in education, but number 1 in Ferris wheel accidents? It's the silent killer. There's 2 types of people in Mississippi. People who've been injured in a Ferris wheel accident and people who will be injured in a Ferris wheel accident. It's an epidemic.
It's cool. My wife's a black woman. She can say like whatever she wants. Total freedom of speech. It's awesome. She'll drag me into conversations where I have to be like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but white guys are kind of on house arrest right now. You go ahead. Yeah, black women can say whatever they want, except for Whoopi Goldberg for some reason. They're on Whoopi's ass, man. It annoys me. She would apologize recently for using the word gypped. Yeah, she would apologize to the American gypsy community. She had to burn 30 seconds of primetime TV to say sorry to 4 toothless carnies. No, man, my wife will just like drag me into these conversations where I'm like, I don't know how to respond, man. It's like I invited her on a double date not too long ago. And it was like a kind of a weird situation. It was my friend, he's a white guy, who just started dating this black chick, which first of all, I'm kind of like, that's my thing. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. And then it's like, you don't want to go on a double interracial date. Single date's perfect, because like you guys, like, we're saving the world, we're so tolerant. Once you're in like a double interracial date, now you're like enthusiasts or something. It's just swirling a glass like we like what we like. You know, it's weird. But I told my wife the situation. I'm like, come on, man, we should go. You know, we haven't been doing anything. Let's go on the date. My wife was like, what kind of black is she? It's like, level 2. I don't fucking know, man. I can't possibly answer this. I learn about a lot of white stereotypes too. Being with, I hear stuff I'm not supposed to hear. There's a lot of weirdly specific stereotypes about white people you guys probably have no idea about. I always like walk in on conversations where I hear them and I'm kind of like... I just opened my door. I walked in on one recently. I opened my door. My wife was talking to her aunt on speakerphone. It's a cultural thing. And I opened my door. I opened my door. It's a custom, be respectful, and I just opened the door to her aunt being like, you know white people don't care about their grandparents? And I was like, ah, damn it, dude. That one's true, that hurts, I didn't know anyone knew about that. How the hell did they know? It's true. My mom calls me every like 5 months. She's like, you know your great aunt Bridie died? And I'm like, Mom, do I? She's like, you have to go. I'm like, oh, fuck, all right. I have to go literally ID the body at the funeral. I go and I'm like, oh, that lady, I hate funerals. Then you have to like try to like talk to a dead person in your head. It's always, I just panic. I don't know what to say. I just rattle off some Ice-T would say on NCIS. I'm like, crime doesn't pay, you punk. And I fucking walk. But yeah, so it's fun though, man. It's cool, you know, being in a relationship like that. I get like, having a black wife is a confidence booster sometimes. Certain situations, it, like, dude, like customer service disputes. Bro. Black ladies are like the Navy SEALs of customer service, dude. It's crazy. I'm first wave, I'm the scout. I go up, I'm like, hey, I noticed our flight's delayed. Do you know how long that's gonna be by chance? I'm like, sir, shut the f up, dude. Sit the f down. I'm like, all right. I always give him another chance. I'm like, are you sure? You'll never guess who's following me up, dude. I just tell, I'm like, it was that lady right there. She comes back 5 minutes later with like a $50 gift card. She's like, we're taking off, throw it on the pile. Yeah, it's not all fun and games, man. We do deal with stuff. We still have a race problem in this country, you know? A lot of perceptual stuff, you know? Like, there's just, like, sometimes you will just be looked at differently, and you know, it is what it is. Like, here's the thing. I bought us a pair of matching sweatpants from Walmart. I thought it'd be funny. It's not. Nobody likes it, but they're these, like, patterned, weird-looking sweatpants, and, like, we still have them. So sometimes, like, laundry just works out the way we're just out of stuff, and we both wear them. We don't even think about it. We'll be out like running errands in our matching sweatpants. And we'll be like arguing in the electronics department at a Target. And I'll see the people looking at us who work there. And I know they're thinking we're one of those crackhead couples. I know what they're thinking. They think, you know, those couples that like walk along the side of the highway together? Just visibly bound in failure for all to see. Just, you know, those guys? They always make me laugh. I'm like, why the highway? What the hell? Checking Google Maps, like I said, it's going to take 5 days and 4 hours. We're going to take the turnpike. Come on. I love those guys. It's like the heroin Oregon Trail. You see them out there, you're like, God damn. Prospectors. You see their sweatpants catch the wind. You're like, oh my God, it's beautiful. Yeah, we argue. It sucks. I hate arguing with my wife. I wish we didn't, but we do. We've been together for so long, it's like embarrassing at this point, you know? Because we don't even have anything to argue about. Our arguments are like, they're like abstract. They're like philosophical battles at this point. They don't even, it's like, my house is like ancient Greece, dude, when we argue. Like my wife, it's like stupid stuff. Like I'll be downstairs, she's like, hey, make sure you load the dishwasher before you go to bed tonight. And my brain does that thing where it's like, delete. Control-Alt-Delete. I don't do it on purpose. My mind's just like, this other thing's more important, and I hate that I do that. But then the next morning, you know, it all crashes down on me. She's like, why didn't you load the dishwasher? And I'm like, I forgot. She's like, how did you forget? I'm like, you want me to explain the absence of thought? It's a logical fallacy, and I won't. We argue over the toilet seat. That's so embarrassing. I hate that, man. Just so stupid and cliche that, you know. But yeah, she all the time. And dude, I'll put it down. I don't care. I'll put it down. Sometimes I forget. You know, and I'm like, all I'm asking you is just fucking gently lower it. Don't slam it like an asshole. Just put it down. It's not the end of the world. I'm like, what's the worst thing that could happen by it being up? She's like, I could fall in there at nighttime. Like, what do you run to the bathroom ass first and jump? What the f? So now I do. I put it down every time, but I also put that little one too. I put that down like f you. I drop that down, and I pee on it a little. You can't win arguments with women, man. They'll just destroy you. It's their game. You think you win, they'll wait like 3 weeks and just f***ing lance you. It'll be like 3 weeks later, and she'll be like, what's up with your teeth? What do you mean? She's like, oh, never mind. I'm like, what the f***? They'll get you with their celebrity crushes. That hurts, man. Stop doing that, man. That hurts us. We were watching the movie Fury. Did you ever see Fury? World War II movie, Brad Pitt, Army tanks, awesome movie. We're having a good time. We're enjoying it. Halfway through, Brad Pitt pops out of an army tank. He just like won a battle. He's like, yeah. His shirt's ripped. I'm like, yeah, how does a shirt get ripped inside of a tank? But I'm not ruining it for us. I'm quiet. He pops out of the tank. You can see like his stomach. My wife didn't even say anything. She just went, Now I'm watching a whole different movie. I'm rooting for the Nazis now. I'm Googling shit. I'm like, yeah, the economy was pretty f***ed up. No one wants to talk about it.
Last year for spring break, we did Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Been to Gatlinburg? If you've never been, let me tell you about it, all right? Gatlinburg is an American Indian word. It means land of the couples that wear matching airbrush t-shirts. I don't know if that's accurate, but it's accurate. And they always pick the same design, too. This is what it looks like. It's a silhouette of a much skinnier couple than the people who are wearing the t-shirts. And on the shirt, this couple, they're holding hands. They're in love, you guys. Their feet are in the sand. They're under a palm tree. There's a rainbow sunset on what is clearly the ocean in the background. Then they just write Gatlinburg across the top so that you know which of the islands in the Smoky Mountains that they visited, right? They're not smart people. But it's great for people watching. If you like to people watch, this is your spot, okay? I don't know if you enjoy it or not, but man, there's no better hobby. It's free. You know, you just sit there with someone you love and talk about the trash walking by for a couple hours, right? Gatlinburg is prime pickings. I mean, there's not that much white trash in a dumpster behind a paper plate factory. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's special. I love people watching so much, I take pictures when I do it and trade them with my friends like they're baseball cards. Now, if you're into something like that, let me just give you a tip. Make sure that the flash and the sound on your phone are turned off, which I know sounds like a no-brainer. Guys, I've been doing this a long time. I messed up bad. I'm in line for security at the airport. I'm going this way. Coming at me is a gentleman. Hawaiian shirt, shaved face, but out of the top of his shirt was this perm, I don't know the right, a tuft. It was the brightest, whitest, bushiest chest hair I've ever seen in my life. And I've been to Sarasota. This was next level, dude. It was teased, possibly bleached. He looked like a Build-A-Bear whose neck had been slit to send a message to the other Build-A-Bears to pick it up because numbers are down, right? And I knew if I didn't get a picture of him, I wasn't going to be able to sleep that night. But here's the rub. I couldn't do it from this distance and this angle. No one's going to see how awesome it is. If I want some likes, I got to time it so that when he's passing by, I can get that side view, you know, the profile. So to do that, I have a face I make. It's very simple. The only thing I'm trying to convey with this face is what? I'm just checking Twitter, even though my phone's kind of pointed in your general direction. He stops right here. I hit the button. It's like, blick, flash. I was like, there's a Pokemon on your shoulder, sir. Just hold on. We'll get it. So just be careful, okay? The other tip, if you're going to take pictures while you people watch, is to make sure that you have a full battery. Charge up. Because that's what happened to me in Gatlinburg when I went to go people watching. I was at my favorite spot to do it there, which is the old-fashioned candy kitchen. I love that place, because no matter what time of day you show up, you're going to see the same thing. There's going to be a hillbilly pressed up against the window who can't figure out how they're making taffy on the other side of the window, and it's the greatest day of their life. They're just like, what? Nuh-uh. Hey, come look. Come look. It's where they make it. The taffy for Cracker Barrel. Yes, right here. I don't know how they do it, even though I can see the whole process. This is... I saw her standing there a block away. The Mickey Mantle rookie card of people watching. I got so excited. I was like, I've heard about you. Oh, you are coming home with me. Easy, girl. Easy, girl. I'm not going to hurt you. Got close enough to take the picture, press the button, just a dead battery sign. What? No! I scared her. She ran back into Ripley's, believe it or not. Believe it or not. And I just sat down on the bench right there in between the Pancake Pantry and Fanny Farkle's arcade. I was so mad. You know? All this time I tracked her. I just let her get away. I wish I could pull up a picture so you could see how awesome she was, but I can't because I was careless. So I'll just describe her as best I can. She had early 1990s hair. You remember that look? Pull back tight in a ponytail, but in the front. In today's news, that thing defied all logic and gravity. I always wondered how that was formed, you know? Because I always only ever saw the finished product, and then I showed up too early for homecoming one year. And there she was in front of the big mirror. So that was that lady's hair, okay? She was so perfect. She looked like someone that might frequent a Long John Silver's / Kentucky Fried Chicken, a 2-in-1 fast food restaurant. You ever go to one of those places? Another great spot for people watching. I don't know what it is, but the average redneck brain cannot process that there are two businesses operating behind one counter and sharing the menu space above. And the first time they see it, it just catches them off guard. They're like, okay, could I get a... Okay, what happened here? Am I in a food court? Like, what? I want chicken. I can order from both of them. It's the same company. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Wow. Okay, well, I'm getting a family meal deal. I get 2 sides. Could I get a side from this side and then a side from that side? I can? Okay. Well, extra biscuits. I knew that before I came in here. And what does Long John Silver's have? Hush puppies. Ooh, can I do that? 2 breads? I can? Oh, yeah. Let's go there. And I was wondering, like, what is the big thing here, you know? Because I know that you think I'm joking just for the sake of doing comedy. I'm not, okay? Sit by the register in one of these 2-in-1 fast food spots. 10 minutes tops, you'll hear a sentence that has never been formed in the history of words. It's because there's too many options and people aren't prepared and they get up there and then a line forms behind them and they get nervous and they're like, do green beans go with tacos? Like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. It's the best. It really is the best. If you're gonna do it, and I recommend you do it, just make sure half of wherever you go is Long John Silver's, because that is the place that brings them out, okay? At any Long John Silver's, you will hear a grown man ask for extra crumbs, which I feel is just a new low for our society. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Long John Silver's is a fast food seafood restaurant. And what they do is they take chicken and fish and they dip it in a batter and then they put it in the fryer. And when they flip it out of the fryer, little pieces of that batter break off. And then a pile of all those little pieces form. And then people go, hey man, can I get a scoop of the stuff that thing's been laying on? Can I put some of that in my treasure chest? And when I heard it, I was like, did that guy just ask for more crumbs? She pushes a button on the register. Boop, crumbs, 10 cents. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. What? How often does this happen? I mean, I thought I could be witnessing the first time in the history of Long John Silver's where some guy's like, I'm so embarrassed to tell you this, but I'm a little short on cash. I got a long drive ahead of me. I'm so hungry. Could you just, I don't know, put some of that stuff into a cup? I could snack on it. No. It happens so much. It has been programmed into the register. Think about that. If whatever you want to call that stuff has its own button, which I'm pretty sure we'll all agree was not in their original business plan, that tells me there was a day that something happened. At some Long John Silver somewhere, something happened to bring us to where we are. And as a people watcher, I'm just sad I wasn't there to see it. Because I pictured it in my head 1,000 times, right? Some toothless manager just comes storming out of the back. Hey, somebody's gonna have to start paying for these crunchies, all right? I can't be giving this stuff away. I mean, if everybody's gonna ask for it, we gotta figure something out, all right? I don't know how to make it. It's an accident. Y'all just love free stuff. That's why we got rid of tartar sauce pumps and switched to packets. 2 per customer. Y'all were just pumping it right into your boats. Nobody needs that much tartar sauce. Nobody. I'm sick of it. And he tries to slam that door, but it's that metal kitchen door, right? Now you can just hear him in the back. I ain't settling down, Ricky. I'm sick of this. They don't pay me to put up with it. I'm so mad my hand's shaking. I'm supposed to bowl tonight. Now what? I'm done. I said it before, but I mean it this time. I'm done. You watch. As soon as I can afford that lift kit and them Luke Bryan tickets, you ain't ever gonna see me again. I'm out. Well, of course I'm going. Florida-Georgia line's opening. I ain't gonna miss that show. They're the only 2 dudes that even settle me down right now. You do that? All right. Well, then you take the Nelly part. You make me wanna roll my window. Look. You're kind. You're very kind. All we just learned is that I've thought way too much about an incident at a Long John Silver's that probably never happened.
It's just objectifying dudes. I don't think it's my fault, though, because I grew up in the homoeroticism of 80s action movies. Anybody else? Ridiculous. Every guy was shirtless, cut, and shiny. Everybody. Every Rocky movie, I've seen so many boxing matches, I've never seen them whip out a bucket of baby oil like they did in Rocky. Why did Ivan Drago look like he was made of chrome? Like, it made no sense. Just gleaming like so much. Schwarzenegger, Rambo, like everybody was just veiny, muscular, just steroided out. And this was a time where I was judged if I said any of my friends was attractive, if they were a man, right? Like I'd be like, whoa, Zach's good looking, like, ugh! Everyone freak out. What are you, queer? You want to marry him? Like, I'm not gonna marry you, Dennis. You're ugly as If I had to marry a man, I would take Zach. He has gentle eyes. Son of a bitch. It's a ridiculous time. Jean-Claude Van Damme doing his crazy splits. It was so, all of us guys were like, yeah, I like that. I like his body. I like the way he moves. Queer? What? Like, who cares? But you know what number 1 was? You're thinking it, I'm thinking it. Roadhouse. Oh, Roadhouse. Sweet Swayze, who just danced his way through every role. Just dancing. Always dancing. Loved Swayze. I miss him every day, man. Roadhouse is the best. Dalton, best cooler in the business. Plus, side note, be nice until it's not time to be nice. That should be America's slogan, you guys. Like, that should be on the flag. Like, one of the stripes should just say that. But, like, back to hot dudes, like, he was the hottest. He was the hottest. Doing kung fu in the morning, shirtless, right? Right on the lake. But, like, kung fu in the morning, shirtless, sure, but wear some sweatpants. Not these, like, tightest jeans ever. Just can't kick above the waist. It's ridiculous. A huge rodeo belt buckle? Like, that doesn't make for mobility, Swayze. What are you doing? You know? Like, I love it so much. I have a bit of an ulterior motive telling you this because I am starting a petition, a movement. I want to get every bouncer at every comedy club to dress like Morning Dalton, okay? Just all of them, mullet wigs, no shirt, greased, the tightest jeans imaginable, huge belt buckle, and just have them surround the room. Just line the walls. Like, as you are filing in, they're just standing there. I just want to see a couple people be like, is this Thunder Down Under? Am I on the wrong night? This feels very strange. Is it gay night? I don't care, but is it? None of them will talk to me. Guys? You know why I like a hot dude? Yeah, we're still going. You know why? It's because I like seeing stuff that I'm not. And whoa, stop yelling, enough, stop, okay, I'm hot enough. Calm down. This caused that riot I was worried about. Jesus. I'm fine. But like, I'm talking movie star hot. Like that thick hair that they have, you know what I'm talking about? Like that werewolf hair, where it's like a forehead, then just a tree line, like this thick, just a thick moss you can't put your fingers through. That's hot dude hair, you know? I worked with Jake Gyllenhaal in New York once. And I say worked with, we were on the same benefit show that went like 4 hours long. And he's well put together. Like, he is good looking as hell. I'm not blowing your mind here, you know? I wouldn't let him He's got those creepy nightcrawler eyes, you know? I want to look in the mirror and think, not for me. But it was like me, him, and a bunch of bands. And I had to follow him. He did a monologue from this beautiful two-man play he was in that was running on Broadway at the time. And I remember sitting there and going, man, this guy's really talented. And they're like, you're next. And I'm like, why? Why am I after that? You know, what a beautiful monologue. And now, Dick Jokes Magoo, and coming up. So I was like, let me just call this out and make fun of it. So I just, you know, went out there after him and was just like, give it up for my twin, Jake. And they laughed so hard it hurt my feelings. Like, it killed so hard. People were crying, like, oh my God! He said he's his twin. I think I'm gonna we should go.
This is 100% true. So when my daughter was about 4.5, my wife was out of town, and we were having breakfast, and there was a little lull in the conversation, and I'm over, you know, cleaning up some dishes and stuff, and then after about a minute, she says to me, and apropos of nothing, we had not been talking about anything like this at all, so she just comes out with this. She goes, Daddy, I'm sad you're going to die soon. And, you know, my immediate reaction was like, oh my God. She's a witch. And I went over and I sat down next to her, and I very quickly bound her hands and legs, threw her in her sack, drove to a river, and dumped her off the bridge.
So like during last Halloween, she wanted to go to a pumpkin patch with me. But I didn't grow up with a pumpkin patch. Like, I don't know what the pumpkin patch is. But I was like, all right, let's go to the pumpkin patch. So we went to the pumpkin patch. You know what I realized about the pumpkin patch? It's just people taking pictures with a vegetable. That's pretty much it, right? It's a zoo for vegetables. And I didn't grow up with that concept because back in Venezuela, my dad never took me to the supermarket with a camera. I'd be like, hey, Francisco, stand next to the bananas. Like, they're not ready. Which, by the way, that shows you like what a first world country is, right? To go to a field of food just to take pictures? What the f***? That's amazing, right? I would love to take one of my cousins that are living in Venezuela right now. I'd be like, look, we're gonna go to the US and I'm gonna take you to a pumpkin patch. And my cousin's like, yeah, let's go to the pumpkin patch. And we get there and it's like Willy Wonka and the chocolate factory, right? I'm like Willy Wonka, I'm like, come with me. And you'll be in a first world of pure gentrification. And my cousin's like, wow, so many pumpkins. I'm gonna eat that one, and I'm gonna eat that one. I'm like, oh, no. We take pictures here, Charlie. But you can pick one pumpkin, or we can take that one home. Ah, okay, because we eat it at home. No, we make a scary face out of it. Wait, so when do we eat the pumpkin? We never eat the pumpkin. We let it rot outside. Welcome to the first world.
I also have a 14-year-old daughter, and I gave her a chore list with 3 words on it, and she goes, "Where's your chore list?" You ever had a kid say something to you that then they're serious, but then you almost ruin it because you laugh? That's what I was like, oh God, what? And I just go, what did you say? And she goes, "Where's your chore?" She slowed it down, like I actually didn't hear her, you know? So I said, you know everything that happens in this house to make this home operate? Subtract the 3 things I asked you to do, and that is my chore list. Remember when you woke up in a bed, warm and not hungry? Check, check, check. I did that. So my chore list also has 3 words on it, and it says, keep her alive. And it expires in 4 years, so focus. She's 14 now. When she was 12, I started listening to podcasts about periods. And I know that seems creepy. I'm positive I'm on a list somewhere. But I never wanted to be the dad that had to send her to her mom to ask her all those questions. I don't want, like, that's a question for your mom. You know where to find me if you want to play catch. I mean, it's like ridiculous, right? So.
Giving up is good, by the way. Giving up means you're being yourself. Just be yourself. It's way better. It's an easier way to live lives. Like I was one of those people that tried too hard. I was trying to dress cooler than I am. And you learn a lot when you do that. I learned you're not pulling off what you're wearing if someone says what you're wearing to you. Like recently, I wore a leather jacket. And my best friend was like, leather jacket? I was like, uh-oh. That's not how you say that. He said it like I had a weapon. He was like, he's got a leather jacket. Somebody get it from him. Every time I've tried to look cool as a person, I end up looking like those cell phone towers that are made to look like trees. You know, like people, we see what you're going for, and it's not natural. We know it's you. Yeah, I'm not cool. I don't have any tattoos. You guys knew that. I don't have any tattoos. No one's ever like, really? I would have thought full back. I don't have any tattoos. I'm not against tattoos. I think they're cool on people. I just don't have tattoo brain. Every time I've ever put a sticker on my laptop, I'm like, oh my God, that's forever. What was I thinking? Oh, I just met that coffee shop. I don't have have any tattoos, but this is true. People think I own a printer by looking at me. And they're right. That's not cool. That's not fair. I've had friends, this is true, that have never set foot in my home text me going, can I print something at your place? I'm like, how do you know I have one? That's what I'm giving off is toner vibes? My face says I printed my own boarding pass at home and it's right here. I got it. I don't like that. But yeah, I don't, I'm not too worried about that stuff. My friends are, I'm just like a hoodie guy. I like hoodies, I will say every time I put a hoodie on, though, I feel like I'm being born. Because it takes me a while to find the exit, I'm making the same face, I'm crying, my mom's there. Like, it's a lot, But my friends, they're worried about that stuff still. They're trying to be cooler than they are. I have sneakerhead friends. And that's okay if you're a sneakerhead, by the way. Just don't stop there. Because if somebody's complimenting you on just your shoes, that means they scanned your entire body and couldn't find anything until they got to your feet. They're like, no. Hey, look at those shoes, buddy. Oh, starting from the bottom. Yeah. I'm not worried about that. My friends, I can't believe it. I have some friends that Ziploc bag their shoes and they put them in the freezer. Keep them fresh. It's true. That's wild, right? I feel like even if you told Jeffrey Dahmer that, he'd be like, what's in your fridge? Wow, you have a pair of Jordans. I just have the one guy.
So we were at a restaurant. We were at a vegetarian restaurant. Lot of people. I didn't know all of them. And I did. We're there, the group, and I made the mistake of casually mentioning I was not vegetarian. And this one dude, most people are cool. One dude, what? You'll eat a steak? Yeah. Oh, but you don't want to watch them murder the cow. Nailed it. I love my brother. I don't want to watch my parents. You don't have to drag everything back to the point where it's awful. Everything is awful eventually. So I know a couple from back home, back east. The husband did not get vaccinated. The wife did get vaccinated. The husband got COVID. The wife did not get COVID. Do you know why? Because the husband was standing in front of the wife when the wind blew the COVID at them. You can be wrong. It's okay. When did that become illegal? You can make a mistake. You don't lose time off of your life. I was at a yard sale, not to brag. Yeah, I'm a big shot. I go to yard sales. No, we're at a yard sale. And there was this stack of old People magazines. People magazines that were old. Not old People magazine. Not like Matlock Watcher. Denture Enthusiast. And my favorite, Extremely Legal. And there was a People magazine from 1986, and the cover story was, "The Most Respected Man in America, Reader's Poll." You know who it was? Bill Cosby. Reagan came in second. True. We made a mistake. We didn't know. He was the most respected man in America. And then he went to prison. And then they let him out. I think they were afraid he was going to commit suicidalisms. I went to high school in the 1980s. Every guy in my graduating class had a mullet. Seemed like a good idea at the time. You look in my yearbook now, it looks like I went to high school with a lesbian separatist militia. One day we'll be like that about vaping. Seemed like a good idea. The great taste of steam. And the ultimate example of we didn't know. Michael Jackson. We didn't know. And he didn't give us any signs. Who would have thought that a glow-in-the-dark skeleton who dressed like Napoleon and lived by himself in an abandoned amusement park with other people's children and a feral chimp would have such a creepy dark side? So I was in the airport the other day, and I see this really sweet sight. I see a woman, she's walking with her little boy, and the little boy is walking with this little dog. And it was just like, boop, boop, boop. It was so sweet. And the only thing that was interesting about it to me was that the woman was covered in tattoos, just completely sleeved on both arms, huge plate across her back. And I understand that's normal now. That's culture. I'm just glad it wasn't culture when I was that little boy. Just thinking about the tats my mom would have gotten. Pack of merits in an astrology magazine. Big Gothic font across her chest. Can I have 5 goddamn minutes to myself, please? And don't think I'm not going to tell your father what you did when he gets home from work. Although God knows when that's going to be. Because it's Thursday night and he got his paycheck, so he's down at the bar with his friends, buying everybody rounds like we got all the money in the world, and then he's gonna come home and to me that we're broke, like I haven't seen a $20 bill since Johnson was the president. I'm sorry, Mrs. Gould, we're all out of back. Well, find somebody else, I'm still angry.
You know, having a disability is interesting because people always want to help me with stuff. And that's so kind. I do appreciate it. But here's the deal. For the most part, I got it, you know? And the other thing about me is I'm not afraid to ask you for help. Like, I know my limits. Like, let's say there's a pot of hot soup that needs to be carried. I'm like, hey, please, you know, thank you. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. But what I've come to find is that more often than not, people are like, hey, can I pour that for you? And then they spill it, and I'm like, well, I could have done it. And you robbed me of my independence. That's actually the funny part, guys. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, this right arm, he's a busy boy over there. Very, very busy appendage, for sure. It's like living with a raccoon or something. Nice. Yeah, the sun goes down. He got some shit to do. He's over there scurrying around. I still don't even know where he got the watch. Yeah, the little won't let me look at it either. Like at night, I'm trying to sleep, and this thing is just up, just writing emails. I'm like, who could you possibly be writing to? Probably some clubfoot in Kansas. That's a pretty hard correspondent right there. I can't imagine a clubfoot types too well. I don't know why I say this shit, man.
I'll tell you a bit about myself to get us acquainted. I think of myself as a self-made man. That's my thing, right? By that I mean I left home at 18 with nothing but the shirt on my back and every conceivable privilege. Still got them. White, male, middle class, and if they invent any more, I dare say I shall have them too. I'm very lucky. I own a house. You can't... Thank you. Yeah, it's hard saying that to people in their 20s. You can watch their dreams die in real time. It's not fair. I say I own a house. My wife owns a house. I own a wife. So that's good. Lived in London, the sprawling metropolis that is London, for the last 15 years. And then 5 years ago, I moved to the hipster capital of Britain, Bristol, as the result of losing an argument about starting a family. I left the city I love to be with the woman I like. And she hates that joke, and she's absolutely right to. We now live in Bristol, up a hill, in a creative community full of wankers. It's not a gated community. It is quite a steep hill. And everyone, if you like that, you're going to enjoy the rest of the show. This is going to be fun. Let's relax. Everyone, when I say it's creative, it's like everyone on our street has an arty job, right? So we've got comedian, we've got a DJ, a videographer, a dancer, a musician, and one architect to give the rest of us a sense of perspective. Like, sure you're artistic, but if you tried. And I've got to tell you, the area is gentrifying really nicely in a way that I am absolutely responsible for. When I first moved there, brunch on a Sunday was £8. Now it's £13.50. You're welcome. That's me. I did that. And if anything, it's too comfortable. It's a really comfortable place to live. So I'll give an example. We take the children, local kids, we take them on, my own children. I've said local kids there as if we're some sort of Pied Piper couple. We're like, come children, let's go on a walk. No, not at all. We have two fabulous children, lovely little boy, and the girl one's good too. And I've known him longer. We go on walks and we go to the forest, right? The forest is technically a cemetery, but there's no point getting into that at this stage. And what we've noticed is such is the nature of our groovy, creative community that someone from the community has been sneaking into the forest and nailing lots of little 4-inch high doors to the bases of the tree trunks. Have you seen anything like this? Little fairy doors, right? You've seen them. So it's all twee and it's all sweet and the children come along and have an important cultural experience and go, oh, this must be where the fairies live. Not my son. My son's like, well, they're out, but there we are. And that's why they do it. But the problem is, we're such a bunch of wankers that all of the couples have gone home and go, have you seen it? Have you seen the forest? I can't whittle. I can't carve. How will we contribute? And so what they've done is everyone's gone back and added little embellishments. They've put little accoutrement in the... That's a fun word, isn't it? Accoutrement. They've put like a little rocking chair in the front garden. Someone's cut up a doormat into inch squares and put little fairy doormats for the fairies to wipe their little booties on. Someone's got a lolly stick and 2 bits of string and made a little swing on a nearby branch. It's twee as hell, and it's my duty to disrupt it. So what I've done is I went to a doll's house furniture shop and bought a load of white goods, like fridge freezers, microwave ovens, and I just left them outside in the fairies' front gardens to rust. Get a Scalextric car, set fire to it, leave it smoking on its edge outside. bring the area into disrepute. You know, some miniature police tape here, some tiny crack pipes there. And what I did last night, I snuck in, I put a tiny white tent in one of the front gardens. Yeah, so it looks like there's been a murder. Take my son through it earlier today. Yeah, I think the cat got him. Ooh, nasty. It's not true, of course. I haven't done that. What I've done is I've decided to take it far too far in the opposite direction. So what I've done is I got on Etsy.com and I bought a job lot of about 200 of these fairy doors. And night after night, I've been sneaking in, adding more and more fairy doors, right? More doors, everywhere you can look, every inch plastered with doors, up trees, up branches, doors, 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 until the area is completely oversubscribed, right? Doors everywhere. And so many doors, eventually the fairies, they're going to need somewhere to get their coffee, aren't they? So a little artisanal coffee shop there, maybe a vegan upholsterer's over here. Doors, 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 doors. And then at the very end, what I'm going to do tomorrow is sneak in with an armful of tiny little estate agent signs, start sticking them everywhere, as all of the local fairies are priced out of the area by these fluttering iridescent wankers from London. That's the plan. That's the plan.
I think a lot of it is society's fault. By the way, can I recommend the next time you're worried about a personal flaw, just blame society. It feels good, because not only do you get to seem like clever and insightful, you also just get away with whatever's wrong with you. I think you'll find it's society's fault my house smells like this. Good day.
Here's a sport I can't watch. Baseball makes me want to die. Nothing happens, and it happens slowly. And the players don't care. They finally put a clock on it, but they need more clocks on it. It's the only sport where the players don't charge onto the fields. They just take their time. Everything is taking their time. They just kind of meander out. Shoelaces untied. They got a big gulp, smoking a cigarette. And you're like, all right, I guess we're going to start. And they're like, nah, we're going to play catch for about 5 minutes. While you guys wait, we're going to throw some grounders, play a little catch. Matter of fact, we're going to do it every time we switch sides. Catch starts again. So you watch that, and then you're like, all right, I guess now we're finally going to start. No. Now we're going to watch a guy in a magic white circle practice swinging a bat. He's been swinging it since he was this big, but he's like, how's this go again? Like, huh? Like that? That's true. And then finally he steps up to the plate and you're like, all right, now we're gonna go. And after 10 seconds, he's like, time out. I just need a couple more. I haven't quite, this. And then he finally digs in and now we're gonna go. No, we're not. Now the pitcher and the catcher, they got a little game they like to play. Where the pitcher looks at the catcher and he goes, guess which pitch I'm gonna throw? No, that's not it. Guess again. No, warmer. No, f*** all these people. Who gives a shit? Keep guessing. Finally, he gets it right. The guy throws the pitch. Batter doesn't swing. Whole thing starts all over again. Bullshit. Get rid of the catcher, get a bucket of balls, and just start whipping balls at the guy. Not next to him. What is that? Throw it at him. If you can hit him, he's out. That's the rule. Now he's going to swing at every pitch just to defend himself. And no more resting on each base. Oh, I'm safe on the bag. No, what are you, 7? Keep running. You keep running until you're tackled by a guy from the other team who's carrying the ball. And a bat. Every player should keep a bat in their hand throughout the game. I want to see 18 guys jacked up on steroids, frothing at the mouth, swinging bats at each other. That I would watch every night.
So my daughter, we're back at the house. She's getting the dog ready for the walk. She puts a leash on. Right before she leaves, she goes, "You're being a real treat tonight." And shut the door. And I will tell you, I hate not having a chance at a rebuttal in any conversation. So she knows that. She knows it's a button to push. She goes, "You're being a real treat." Shut the thing. And I go, "You're the treat." God. I was so mad. I was stewing in my chair at my house. And I knew she was stewing down at the football field, a block away where we walked the dog. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go down there. I'm going to be the bigger person. I'm going to go down the football field. I'm going to talk to her, change the energy of the night. That way, when she comes back, she'll be done yelling at me. But it was February in northern Minnesota. So I put on my big parka, my boots, a big trapper cap that has fur all around the face. And I walked down to talk to her. I was about 40 yards away from her. She turned and saw me coming. She turned the other way, started jogging with the dog. And I was like, where the hell is she going? So I started jogging behind her. She turned and saw me jogging. She started running with the dog. I'm like, well, this... So I start running behind her. She sees me running. She absolutely takes off. She is sprinting at full speed. She runs up a hill to the ridge of the hill, cuts back left towards the house. And I think, well, I'm never going to catch her now unless I take this angle right here. So I start high-stepping through the snow of the football field. And the only thing I'm thinking is if somebody is getting this on their phone for TikTok, I have 4 years of eligibility left. And I could be playing college football as early as next fall. I was moving. I get almost to her. I'm halfway up the hill, and she turns and goes, "Who are you?" And I was like, that's what this is about? I thought she just didn't want to talk to me. She's been scared for 360 yards. I had no idea what was happening, so I immediately just go, "I'm your dad." And she started bawling and ran down the hill and gave me this huge hug. With us, what hope is. Huge. Humongous hug. She's weeping onto my jacket, but it's waxed for winter, so it's rolling right down. And I think to myself, what have we learned? We've learned that if you're a young woman walking a dog in the dark and a man approaches you, even if he has your father's body type and is wearing all of his still might be a good idea just to start jogging in the other direction. Loosen up the Achilles in case the goes down. I wish it wasn't like that, but it is. What else have we learned? You are going to use geometry again. What else have we learned? If a kidnapper ever says, "I'm your dad," to my daughter, she is "Oh my God, what are you doing running right towards me?" I didn't take my hat off. I still had all my on, and she was running towards me. You can't do that. You just didn't know who I was. You have to take an athletic stance and ask some questions to confirm my identity. I don't even care what they are. Just get down and be like, "How many leashes do we have?" Something. Chasing your daughter around a football field when she doesn't know who you are, it does change the energy of the night. And when we got home, she was no longer yelling at me because she was up in her room crying still. Sometimes a miss is a direct hit.
Cajuns, we are not a proud people. I went online. I wanted to see who was the most famous Cajun person. Found the answer. Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres is Cajun, and you didn't know that because she doesn't mention it. She is out of the closet, but still stuck in the spice rack. That is the stigma of my people. And Cajuns, if you aren't familiar, we're a race of drunk rednecks from Louisiana who are both bilingual and illiterate. They speak French. Cajuns speak French. My dad spoke it, his parents spoke it, and I took 4 years of French, so I'm not fluent, but if you write something in French, I can look at it and be like, "Hey, that's French? Look at that, wow." People ask, "Do you speak French?" I'm like, "Un poquito, yes. Es muy cilantro." And people say French is a dying language. I say, not fast enough. Here's my beef with French, my boeuf, if you will, and I won't. The words are longer than they sound like they need to be. Every French word, it's just a gangbang of letters. There's like 12 of them, but only 3 are actually doing something. The other 9 are just hanging around like, "Hey, I'm just excited to be here." Remember the first time you saw hors d'oeuvres on paper? You're just like, "Is that horse divorce? What is that? Is this my Gmail password or..." You couldn't have French Wheel of Fortune. That wouldn't have worked. They're like, "Okay, it's a 7-letter word." You're like, "Yeah, I'd like an A." "Yeah, there's 19 A's. What? Okay. What about an X?" "Yeah, there's an X at the end doing nothing. Just soaking up unemployment. Huh. What about an apostrophe? What about buddy, we got apostrophes. They're like underneath letters. There's a C with a goatee. We don't know what that's for. Best example of the inefficiency of French phonetics. Their word for water is O, which is spelled E-A-U, which looks like it sounds like Sylvester Stallone lost for words. Like, that's the sound you make when you forgot the name of the person you're singing happy birthday to. Like, happy birthday to... Happy birthday... But this word is pronounced O, and it's spelled with 3 different vowels, none of which are O. Do vowels unionize in France? The reason I get so worked up about this is because I had to study Hebrew for my bar mitzvah, and what makes Hebrew very difficult is there are no vowels in the Hebrew alphabet. No vowels. If you ever wanted proof of how cost efficient the Jews are, at some point in our history, someone asked, would you like to buy a vowel? And we're like, oh. I think we're good. I think we're all right, yeah. No guac on this burrito. Thank you very much. Or we had vowels at some point and we just sold them wholesale to the French in the great vowel movement. My dad wasn't very proud of his heritage. He had like the Bobby Boucher accent as a kid, like real thick. And he wanted to become a chemist. And he got rid of his accent because he thought it would make him sound stupid. I wish he had kept it. I've never met an openly Cajun scientist. And I would pay to see just some guy bumbling around in a seersucker lab coat, just like, ooh, that's a spicy electron. That's you know, DNA analysis tells us a crawfish just a lobster whose mama also his cousin. Like, is that true? He's like, and he spits in a beaker and pew, Zatarans. You know?
Any Chinese people in the crowd? Any Chinese? 中国人吗？你们是中国人吗？你是中国人吗？
I'm from Australia, mate.
Oh, you're from Australia. Okay. 我说中文你会听得懂吗？
一点点。
一点点，哇，挺好。那我跟你说中文，你就跟我说中文，没关系。你父母是哪里的？
中国人。
哦，中国人，中国哪里？
上海。
哦，上海，哇，挺好，哇。
谢谢。
Don't worry, they get uncomfortable. The crowd get uncomfortable because I'm prepared for the future and they are not, so it's difficult. Also, can you please verify that I was actually speaking Chinese? Because I know some people are like, oh my God, I saw the most racist thing yesterday. This white guy was on stage, he was like, any Chinese people? And then he chung-chung-ching this guy at the second table. I was like, cancel this guy already. Like, oh my God. Cancel him, seriously.
I gotta work on saying things to people out loud. Yeah, I got a problem. I just say what I see. I think I'm autistic, but just like the bad parts of it. You know? Like I can't compute numbers or remember dates, but I'll make you feel weird. Right? Like you drop a bunch of toothpicks, I can't count them, but I'll give you a hug. I'm working on it, trying to get better. Flew here from New York. Man, I hate flying. You know, they let you pick your seat on a plane. I think I'd rather pick the person I'm sitting next to. I don't really give a where I am on the plane. It's like a 5-hour relationship. Make it more like a dating app. Obese Nazi with a service dog? Swipe left. Tiny Asian lady with a surgical mask? That's my gal. Yes, she is not a talker, right? But just like a dating app, she shows up with a baby. I'm like, I got catfished. Hate the small talk. 2 things I can't do, small talk and eye contact. How sad is that, you know? I basically have all the traits of a serial killer, just without the ambition. I'm working on it. People always say, Mark, gotta be more confident. They say, Mark, gotta be yourself. I'm like, well, you gotta pick one. I can't do both of those. Like, a lot of people are scared of skydiving. I'm more scared of the banter on the plane than I am jumping out of it, you know? You sit in the plane, it's all windy, you're strapped in. Some guy's like, so, Mark, where are you from? Just like... It's like, we're supposed to go together. I got it. At least with skydiving, you get an instructor. What about stuff I'm bad at, stuff I'm nervous about, like a dinner party? You know how many dinner parties I've screwed up? Set me up with a pro. Right? I just show up, some guy's like, all right, I'll take care of him. I'm like, beautiful. He's giving me tips. Don't say the N-word. Got it. All right. She's not pregnant. Don't ask. Thank God you're here. Right? Some guy at the party's like, so who's your favorite comic? I'm like, Bill Cosby. He's like, pull the chute. I'm working on it. I had a chatty Uber driver last week. That's the worst, huh? This guy wouldn't shut up. I forgot that the no small talk option on the app, so I had to get creative. I had to scare the guy into being quiet. He's like, how about this traffic, huh? What do you think's causing this? I'm like, probably the Jews. He's like... I'm like, all right, I give this ride 5 stars of David.
We wound up, we got a cat. We didn't get a cat. House came with a cat. We were just there. There's a cat. Yeah, it was out. We weren't even sure the cat was real at first because it was up. Look at it. There was some real Pet Cemetery action. Covered, scrub brush, and just it's missing some ear. Had like David Bowie eyes, you know. What are you looking at? Everything? Nothing? What's going on with you? It always just appear from around structures at first. There's always one of these. It took us about 6 weeks before we admitted to each other that we saw a cat. I remember she said at first, like, you see a cat out there? I'm like, you see it too? All right, thank God. I was getting nervous. I thought we had hobgoblins. I don't know. I'm new to the Pacific Northwest. I don't know what's going out there. Everything's just fog and ferns. I don't know what's crambling around underneath there. So the cat seemed like it was like friendly. It wasn't like friendly, but it was like hanging around us enough. And so we're like, well, maybe it belongs to somebody, so we should find out before we start messing with it or feeding it. So until we took some pictures of it, and we went door to door to see if it belonged to anybody. Also, probably a short-sighted idea on our part. It's, pandemic, global, social distance. Hey, here's the new childless, out-of-state people going door to door like, is this your cat? People are like, get the f*** away from my family. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. The old guy next door answered the door, but the chain's still on the door. He was just like, "Oh, that cat? That's nobody's cat now. That cat there, that cat belonged to the earth. Yeah. That cat come up from the soil when the sun go down and just roams amongst the mist, just eating dreams, out nightmares. That's what that guy." Man, just say it's not your cat, old man, all right? I don't have time for folklore. I got other neighbors to harass. Now, we found out from another neighbor that cat had actually been like a neighborhood stray cat for about 16 years. That's how far back they can remember. There's a stray cat that for 16 years has just been living on the streets of this neighborhood, working off the goodwill of the place. So we're like, this is our cat. We're taking this cat in. So we got the cat to come inside. This is our cat. We named it. As much as you can name a cat, let alone one that's been doing its own thing for 16 years. It's mostly just for reference between us, you know. So at first we were calling it Helen. We thought it was blind and deaf. So we were calling it Helen. You know what? I didn't name it that. My girlfriend named it that. So you're not mad at me. You're mad at her. And yeah, I will throw her under the bus. Yeah. All's fair, babe. She's calling it Helen. I was calling it Dirt Nap. That's how I was calling the cat. On account that it sleep all the time and was filthy, but also it looked deceased more often than not. That cat looked like it had perished many times. Like, oh, cats sleep weird, but like draped over a curb under a car tire, just with its eyes open, looking at nothing. I walked up to it with a shovel more than once. It was like, well, this is a sad day, and it would just run off. I'm like, oh, look at you. Look at you, you little crisis actor. You got an agenda. I don't know what it is, and that's what I like about you. You're mysterious. Little cross-eyed ghoul. Yeah, Dirt Nap, Little Dirty, Little D. We'll be calling her Little D for the rest of the story. Also be referring to as she and a her. We thought it was a female cat. Turned out it was a neutered male, but we didn't find that out until later. So Jenny Nooch for gender neutral is the name for some of the time. And then for special occasions, we call her Miss America. And by special occasions, just when you could say something truthful that it's more funny when you could be like, man, Miss America on the couch again. And if you can time that out right for when like a new mom is walking by an open window, they're already against us, so maybe as well just feed them. What are they doing to that future beauty queen in there? We got this cat, and we brought it in. We're like, we're gonna give this thing the best sunset years we can give it. You know, we're gonna pamper it. First, we took it to the vet, make sure it's all dialed in. We took it to the vet, and right away, the vet was just like, oh, it's got a thyroid issue. It's thyroid. It's got bad thyroid. It's got to be on a special diet, very special. That's a prescription diet. There's prescription cat food out there. Why? Who's trying to get the cat food that's not? Ooh, okay, man, hook me up. Hook me up with that Hills prescription, man. Like 5 cats in a trench coat rolling in, like, hello, we're here to pick up for Mr. Meowser. Trying to make that cat meth, dog. Come on, man, come on. This is a prescription. You can only get it from me. It's $70 a bag. I'm like, all right, you know what, man? Whew, I know it was middle pandemic, and I was all about the doctors and the scientists, but the veterinarians, I just think some of them, they know they got that giant gray area of your lack of knowledge that they can abuse about the animal camp. Like if you go to a doctor and you're like, my ankle hurts, and they're like, could be an ear infection. You're like, well, you're bad at your job. But you go to a veterinarian with this animal that you love but can't communicate with, and you're like, oh, what's wrong with my best friend, my little guy here? They can just say anything like, it's the alternator. And you're just like, yeah, I get it. You know what? That makes sense because his eyes were dimming in the morning. His eyes were dimming. That's a 2003 Calico with a lot of miles. Those are city miles. I thought the timing belt was going to go first, but okay, yeah. That makes sense. What are we running on those, huh? 1,500. No, okay. That's with labor? All right, yeah. Hey, listen, real quick on the side. Say we do this in cash. You got like a similar model out back that like you can part out or ethical reasons. Sure, no, say no more. Say no more. No, nobody's Frankenstein here. Nobody's Frankenstein. So you just got to believe him, you know? So I come home with a $70 bag of bullshit one day. I open the door, I can see out to the patio. Lil D's outside, she's playing with a bird. Bird's dead. She's just slapping it against the house. Playing's also a real generous term to describe. She is playing the same way like inmates play handball. It's not for fun, you know? That's just maintenance in case goes down. That's all. The only thing missing from Little D at that point was like a cigarette behind her good ear and a teardrop tattoo. Just bitching about not making parole. Like, they got me doing the full 12, man. Ooh, if I get out of here and see that judge, you're gonna see me right back in here. And I could tell it was a fresh kill because she was about 6 feet out and getting a good return on her. So I come in with this food, just shaking it like, Lil D, I'm gonna save your life. Look at this. And she looks up, because she can hear. It's selective, but she can hear. And she looks up, she knows it's food. She looks at the food, and then she looks at me and just puts it together. She's like, oh, you're gonna want me to eat that. Watch this. And then she just ate the bird. Just, like at me, like maintained eye contact, but ate the bird. And I know cats eat birds, but I was not ready. Like, I assumed it was gonna be messy, but with strategy. That's what I thought. Like, it's a whole bird. I thought it was gonna be like brutal, but you know, with technique, getting to the soft part. Like the same way, like we've all had that night where we just get a rotisserie chicken just for yourself. Those nights you get home, like, close the blinds, I'm going elbows deep on this bitch. Like those kind of. That's what I thought I would have seen. What I saw and was not prepared for was the full-on David Blaine street magic disappearing act that she did on this bird. Just entire thing disappeared. One Forrest Gump feather just floating down for effect. Still looking at me like, what did you, what? Where did it, is it in my pocket? Oh my God. Is it just gonna be alive over here? That is, what you did is something, I gotta call this vet back. And I rang him up right then and there like, yeah, hey doc, I don't know if you got a plan B for this whole thyroid thing, but Lil D been out in these streets just consuming her own enemies for the better part of a decade and a half. So if you got some alternatives, I'm all ears right now. And that's when the vet on the phone, he's like, oh, chicken baby food's totally acceptable for a thyroid issue too. You can feed her chicken baby food. Oh, chicken baby food. Oh, the that's 50 cents a jar? You could have led with that, you fucking quack. So that's my life now when I'm not on the road. I'm just buying racks of chicken baby food. I'm just buying full, just cases of chicken baby food. And every morning that I'm at home, I gotta wake up and I gotta heat up a little jar of chicken baby food. Because now that we're an indoor cat, we got particular about temperature. So I gotta heat up this little jar of chicken baby food. And I throw up through my nose a little bit, just And we feed this to our human babies. You women are savages. I do that, and then I go, and then I clean out the litter pan, because these are the things you have to do when you let vermin live in your house. I go, and to get through the litter pan part, I just squat over it and pretend that I'm just an optimistic prospector, and this is my lucky day, because it's the only way to get through sifting through that, is to sit there and be like, oh, I got a good feeling, that's a big one. That one's pure gold, me and Ma don't have to live on the front. That's a poop, okay, all right. Oh, look at this one coming downstream. Woo, boy, I'd take that to the bank. I'll buy the bank with that. That's just a piss fritter. All right, well, third time's a charm. I'll take silver at this point. Anything to get me out of the dusty old wet. That's a poop, too. I think this creek done run dry. That's just a fun thing to do for me, because you got to be creative with your chores.
When Monroe was 2, she did something that I will never forget. She did something that will make me afraid of what she's capable of for the rest of her life. She was 2, she was really into binkies. Like really into binkies. And if you don't know what a binky is just a pacifier. But really it's baby smoke. Like a baby vape pen. That's a good analogy, if you've seen a kid who really needs binkies, or if you've seen somebody who's like a chain smoker. It's the same kind of personality. Like if they don't have their drug, they get really just tense. Really just negative, pessimistic. And like with the smoker, they first get that hit if they had no cigarettes for like 8 hours, they get real relaxed, positive, way cooler to be around. Same with the kid who needs a binky. No binky, she was just, really frustrating. Just like, no, I'm not tired! No, I'm not tired! No! Sorry about that, I'm gonna go lay down. Just so easy with the binky. And she was super into binkies when she was 2. To go to bed at night, she had to have a binky in her mouth, one in each hand, 10 to 15 more binkies scattered around the crib. So she could sleep in a binky paradise, and if she let go of one, she could flail around and hit one before she really got going, And they expected that level of junkie to go cold turkey in one day. It's an unreasonable premise. About 2 weeks after the band, they started catching her with binkies. She was sneaking them in. And I love how they caught her. She kept going to the same corner of the daycare, this one dark corner. They noticed an hour in, she'd walk over there. She'd use her body as a shield, take the binky out of her pocket, take a couple hits, put it back. Hey guys, just checking out the corner. Might want to dust it eventually. Their response cracked me up. Their response was to start patting her down on her way into daycare. Like she's a tiny felon trying to get a shiv into the reading room. So then her pop-pop, her grandpa, her mom's dad, he got embarrassed about this. He didn't like her getting patted down. And so he starts patting her down at home so she can't bring a binky from the house. And for a while, there's like a 2 pat-down period. For a week or 2, she was getting patted down at home and at daycare. During that little window, she still snuck into binky. And it's crazy how she did this. We figured out how she did it. Just the planning and manipulation that went into this at 2 years old. She knew that Pop-Pop always, got her dressed for school or daycare at the same location by the front door. So she knew that, so she hid a binky by the front door, let Pop-Pop get her dressed, and then she would cup the binky in her hand, and then give Pop-Pop like a fake hug. Just, hug Pop-Pop! Hug Pop-Pop! She wasn't trying to hug him because she was being extra affectionate. She needed to get close. So she could drop the binky into his front shirt pocket, and then let him unknowingly transport it to daycare. Just an accessory in a little daycare felony. She would let Pop-Pop get the contraband through customs, right, as she got patted down a second time, and then be like, hug Pop-Pop, hug Pop-Pop. Then cup the binky, take it back out of, his pocket, put it back into her pocket, and then just walk in like a champion. Incredible. After all that, they still took the binky, which I felt like was the wrong message. If I'm working at daycare, she keeps it. Firstly, out of respect for what she's already accomplished, and second, out of fear of what she may do next.
I've been doing comedy pretty much my whole adult life. I did have one day job out of college. I worked for 6 months at a day program, which is basically a daycare for adults with severe mental and physical disabilities. And, I really have had so much help in my life. So my thought was like, let me go back in the world and give some of that back. And I worked there for 6 months, and that is because I couldn't take anymore. And now let's just be clear about this situation. It had nothing to do with the people that came in for the services. The problem is, every morning they would come into the facility on the short bus. And I gotta tell you, there was nothing that I could do to convince the driver that I worked there. I go, all right, man, thanks. I got it from here. Okay, buddy. Who's a good helper? Who's a good helper? You're a good helper. Why don't you go inside? Go get a person. I'm like, I'll break your wrist, sir. All my new coworkers just looking out the window, laughing their ass off. Send them out again, send them out again. 6 months of that shit. I snapped one morning. I picked up a helmet and I put it on and I got on the dude's bus. I was like, take me home. I'm done here, I'm done. And now I do comedy. Career move.
I'm from 1980. I've slowly time traveled here in an unimpressive but achievable manner. The tail end of Generation X. For a hot minute, all the 1980 kids really tried to pull a fast one on America. And they were like, actually, we're neither Gen X nor millennial. We're something in between. We call us gazillennials. Here's 35 think pieces to try to convince you. And I was like, shut up, you're embarrassing all of us. We got stuck on the uncool train, you cannot hop off. You're Gen X, deal with it. Yes, and the younger Gen X people don't understand some of the things about the older Gen X generation, like Elvis Costello, but like, that doesn't make you your own generation. And if there's something I believe in more than anything in this country, it's the generation, like designating and criticizing generations. That's what this country was built on. That's an important industry in this country. It employs tens of thousands of people. Generational science, of course. As a generational researcher, I have many things to say about the topic. If you're following generation science, as I like to call it right now, they have a controversy. You look at a Wikipedia page of any generation, they don't know what to call the next ones. They had Gen X, they had Gen Y, now they're at Gen Z. They're the ones growing up and showing up places, and now they're like, what do we call the next people? What could possibly come after Generation Z? We're at the end. I suppose we could round the horn and go to AA or something. Reset the system. My God, who could have foreseen it? Why did you start the countdown at the third to last letter of the alphabet? You had 23 other options to enter. I know the answer to that. The answer to that is Generation X was the first generation of people that had to be shamed en masse. Before that, all the generations were just compliments. They are the greatest generation. Well, they're the silent generation. These ones, they're the baby boom. Bop, bop, baby boom. We're just babies. We f everything up, but we're babies. I'm a 75-year-old baby that owns everything. It's not my fault.
I find a balance and a fairness in this world, just an equilibrium whenever I see an attractive person getting on a Southwest flight last. That's when I know that there is some small undercurrent of justice in this world. You know, you just see a supermodel, just somebody gorgeous, a gorgeous individual, and then you see that C on their boarding card, and you know they have no idea. And you're like, oh, honey, you're about to learn how the world really works. Yeah, you got bumped off a United flight or something. Now you're here with the great unwashed. This is gonna be fun. Because they always stand at the front of the plane with nothing but middle seats open. They're just like, I can't, but why? But what am I gonna do? You're gonna rub some elbows with some stinkers. That's what you're gonna do. Squeeze in here with some slobs coming home from Vegas and make some friends.
And I love horror movies, you know, that's where I grew up on. Do you love horror movies? You have a favorite horror movie? Get Out. Get Out? I like Pretty Woman. You thought I said horror. Understandable, no. No, I like Get Out. Have you ever seen Blackula? Blackula is fantastic. 1972, William Marshall plays Blackula. The first scene in Blackula, Dracula bites a black guy. This is easily anticipated if you know the name of the movie you're watching. And then Dracula goes, I christen you Blackula. And they cut. And I wish they would just hold it for 5 more seconds. So you can hear Blackula go, ha ha ha. What the f did you say my name was? Just to watch Dracula backpedal. Look, as the king of vampires, I come from a position of privilege that I clearly didn't take into consideration when I made that joke, which is not indicative of my feelings in any way. I won't even eat Count Chocula. Like, I'm committed. I want you to know my truth. That's what this is about. And then all the bros with podcasts will drag Dracula for backpedaling to Blackula. Gotta double down on that all the time. You gotta just double down. That's the problem. There's no real men anymore.
I think white people are the only race of people that like to be scared for fun. Like, you feel me? Not an attack. Doesn't make you bad. Makes you interesting. But not bad, but bungee jumping, skydiving, swimming with sharks, these are torture tactics. Some of you pay for them. That's a curveball. I just think white people get to have a different relationship with fear. Doesn't make anyone bad, I just think it's an interesting observation. White people can have a different relationship with fear. Like, I think white people are the only people you could walk up to and just be like, hey, you wanna do something scary today? And y'all will just outright say no. You feel me? You'll be like, well, what do you got in mind? You feel me? But like, you go to anybody of another race, they're like, no. But like, white people have follow-up questions sometimes. They're like, well, what are you thinking? Okay. Look at roller coasters, right? Theme park owners know white people love being scared so much, you'll pay for a picture of your own face terrified. That's their business model. That's how reliable it is. They were like, yeah, that's where we're gonna get the rest of the money. I've been in so many white homes and seen a framed picture of the entire family terrified. Why? Why is that even a thing? I haven't been in one black family's home and seen a picture of 4 black people absolutely terrified. And they're like, yeah, that's the time I got stuck up at gunpoint, right there. That's us. This is where I tried to sell my kids for my own life. So wild to me, man. And understand what I'm saying, because I understand I'm generally speaking, right? I'm speaking in generalities. I understand there's special case scenarios for everything. So please, like, I'm not being irresponsible with this. Just be on the same page with me. I'm just saying, generally speaking, though, that kind of holds true. I'm saying, generally speaking, I feel like white people feel fear so rarely that y'all schedule it as a vacation activity. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, literally put it on a schedule. You're like, at 12, we're gonna have lunch. At 1, we're gonna pet a tiger. You're like, what the f are you talking about? A tiger? Huh? You know what no one black has ever said to me? I wanna go on a safari. Not once. I got so many black friends, no one's ever wanted to go. It's our country, and we're like, nah. But I have so many white friends that want to go. Doesn't make them bad. I'm just saying it's an interesting difference that you can spot and go, oh, okay. Why doesn't a safari sound insane to everybody? I didn't realize it was something we were so like polarized on. I thought we were all of the same mind, like that's f***ing crazy. And apparently we don't agree. I never understood like why it isn't crazy. You want to go to the zoo without the walls? That's what we want to do? You want to take away my favorite part of the zoo? The part where they can't get me? That's what we're taking away? Oh, all right. Every time I go to the zoo, people are looking at the animals. I'm looking at the structures. I'm like, that's a good wall. Like that net. Love that glass. I've never understood it. Why doesn't a safari sound dangerous to everybody? It's not even a safe web browser. You feel me? You ever open up Safari in front of somebody with Firefox? Like, what the f are you doing, man?
And I will admit it, I love a hot dude, you know? I do love a hot dude. I'm glad they're around, you know? They really bring a room together. I like to see a good look. To me, it's like looking at a sunset or a horse. Like, I'm not attracted. I'm like, look at him. I'm glad he's here. The party's lit. Like, you ever been at a party and a dude walks in, you're just like, who the f is that guy? All right. There he is. Nice. This is awesome. I just like to objectify, you know? And I'm done doing it with women. I think that is dead. Like, enough of that. Women have had enough objectification. Let's start objectifying men as straight men. That's what I say. Let's switch it. Why not? I like a beautiful man. And it's fun to do it to their face. Like, I'm married, I'm beyond off the market. I will make a hot dude feel uncomfortable at a party. Just walk right up to him like, all right, this is great. I'm digging this, yeah. Yeah, look at you. All right, just stare at a weird part, like his stomach or something. Like, Yeah, that's great. I love this. Spin around. Let me see the whole package. He's like, I'm not gay, man. Neither am I. What's up? What are we doing later? It's like, I don't know. Whose friend is this? This is really weird. I'm not into this. My wife is she's the greatest thing ever. Love her to death. We've been together almost 7 years, and I've only farted in front of her once. It's like three months ago. Didn't even know it was coming. I'm 41. I feel like I'm still in the pocket where like you should know when you got one coming, but I had no idea. That sucks. I just was like trying to run out the door and I just tripped and I was like, ah! And I screamed really loud. You know, sometimes you either scream, bah! Ah! Or you try to cough over the fart. I don't know what asshole introduced those moves, by the way. Some dude went up to all the dudes and was like, yeah, dude, if you gotta let one rip, and then you don't know. It's like, hey, dum-dum, the two sounds don't cancel each other out. They just highlight each other even more. And girls don't even know how to cover farts up because you don't feel them coming. You know, pregnancy cramps, those are familiar feelings. Farts come and go like ships in the night. I have a lot of genuine empathy when I see or hear a girl let one slip. It's traumatizing, man. You girls get so just like, you just don't like, I've seen girls fart and move out of the country and start new lives because they're so ashamed. They're just like, oh my God, that wasn't me. We have to leave tonight. Grab the kids, we'll move to Chile. I'll become a baker. Just open the window, Corinne. That's the noise too. It's a woman fart. That's why nobody thinks you do it, gals, because it never sounds like a fart. It's like somebody just put a mouse in a headlock? What do you... Did a hot air balloon take off from the backyard? Some of you gals go to great lengths to cover up your tracks. You know, you just go to bed at like noon or lock the door. Or, you know, the creativity, it's impressive. I've seen girls just, you know, an extra level goes off in your brain when you're trying to commit to the urban myth that you don't fart. I've seen girls just, you know, they're like, yeah, no, I don't even fart. Never have, never will.
I like to collect other people's business cards and give them out as myself at a later date. I've been the CEO of some major corporations. Public restrooms are a good time. That's it. There's no joke. That's just an observation. If I'm in the stall, I like to leave the door unlocked. Not open. Unlocked. Just to invite a little bit of mystery and danger to the party. And I'll just sit there waiting. I've set my trap like I'm trying to catch a raccoon out by the barn. Inevitably, somebody will open the door and I'll go, oh, you made it. I could begin. But the urinals, fellas, we know the urinals are weird. We can make them weirder if we try. 3 levels of awkwardness, okay? Level 1, super easy, okay? Don't skip the empty urinal. Stand right next to the fella and just snuggle in while you're taking the peeps. Bonus points if you whisper the word impressive. Level 2, step up to the plate, take out your wiener, scream and start taking pictures of it. Level 3, the Joe Gatto level of awkwardness, the master class, if you will. You're gonna step up to that urinal, just go ahead and use that bad boy backwards. That was the shake at the end. The best part of that is when you're mounted up and using the urinal backwards, if somebody walks in, look them in the face like they're weird. And just follow them as they walk across the bathroom, be like, that guy, right? Impressive.
Sweating a little bit tonight. When you're big, you don't need a reason to sweat. You don't, right? My friends cannot grab a hold of this concept. They come up to me all the time. Jeez! The hell what you do? You jumping rope in the attic? No, I peeled an orange. About an hour ago. Why? What's up? What's up? I love air conditioning. I had it growing up. I had an air conditioner growing up, but I had one of those dads who wouldn't use it all the time. Very selective. How about today, Dad, please? No. They break out that big oscillating fan for the whole family. What a horrible invention that is. It's like waiting for a bus, right? Oh, man, when is that cold air gonna get here? Boy, that was refreshing, right? That felt good. I wasn't ready! This annoyed me. I was on the phone with somebody today trying to get a phone number from that person and write it down, but they didn't have phone number rhythm, and that pissed me off. You know, talking about phone number rhythm, especially if there's like an area code involved, like 212, bum bum ba, bum ba, bum ba. That is the rhythm I think we're all familiar with. This guy had no clue. I was like, okay, Hank, give me the number. He's like, all right, it's 2129. 15, 8, 11, 6, 4, 2, 5, 8, 7, 2. Did you throw in your zip code? Because I got a lot of extra numbers over here. I have extra. I can almost start a new number. What do you got? Start again from the top. They really screw you up on the last 4 numbers. That's where they get you. Right? 555 6 Team 41. Dude, I already wrote the 6. I made the dash too close. I can't shimmy the 1 in there now. Forget you. You know what else annoys me? People leaving slow-ass, boring messages on my machine. Unbelievable. Yeah, you come home late at night, you got to go to the bathroom, you're like, oh, look at this, I got a message. Oh, this could be important. I better check it out now. Boop. Hey. Kevin, how's it going, man? It's Tim Duffy from work. What's going on, man? Anyways, give me a call back if you get a chance. I will be, well, you know what? If you call at 9:15, I should be back. Actually, anything after 9:18, I'll be home. Give me a call. I'm at 631-775. This is great. Now I got to play the whole Tim Duffy message again. From the top to try to get the number at 100 miles an hour. That's fun when you're hunched over your machine with like an index card and a little pen. I got nothing on that pass. I got absolutely nothing. I got nothing. I got a 6, 4 blanks, a 4, and then I'm out. I'm out again. I don't know what to do. I got a freaking G. I got a G. Timmy gave me a G. So many things like that annoy me. This annoyed me too, because little things will make me happy as well. You know, like I was going through, I think it was like a Taco Bell. It was late at night, and I'm going through the drive-thru, and the guy was like, okay, 712, pull around. And I got excited because I had exact change. Something like that'll make me happy. But then I went to hand it to him, and I dropped the dime between the seats. I was like, mother! Now I got to do this move for 20 minutes? Oh, man. Oh, come on, man. Oh, come on. Oh, I can see the freaking ridges. I can see them. Sir, you're going to have to pull up. I'm going to have to tell you to shut up, Anthony.
Well, a lot of you have been thinking it, so I'll just say it. Yes, I have been going to the gym. And I got a very expensive gym membership. It's the most I've ever paid for a gym membership, but you have to invest in yourself. I think someone tweeted that. And so I go into the gym to check it out, and the woman's showing me around. She goes, first floor is all weights, second floor is cardio equipment, third floor is yoga studios and a steam room. And then she told me the price. And I go, which floor do you go to declare bankruptcy? Because I'm probably gonna have to do that at some point. And like a good salesperson, she pivoted. She goes, what's your fitness goal? I go, for this much money, it's Thor. I would like to be half man, half God. I would like to have a hammer that I also use as a weapon. So I do a one-day trial, and I'm in the steam room trying to sweat out some of my poverty. And I start talking to a guy in the steam room. We're having a great conversation. And at the end of the conversation, he goes, I'm gay. And I go, that's cool, man. I am a straight. Then he goes, I can flip you. And then I go, I think we have different fitness goals. Mine is to be Thor. I'm looking to be Thor. But you guys are really putting me in a good mood. I got some bad news today. I found out my favorite Italian restaurant is closing, Chuck E. Cheese. And guys, Charles Edward Cheese has decided to close his doors. I like the Chuck E. Cheese business model. They opened up, they're like, look, we have rats. Now, we could call an exterminator, but that's gonna cost a lot. What do you say we just lean into this thing? Let's get a rat, let's make him our spokesperson. Get him on stage, get him in a band, get him cranking out some hits. Charles Edward Cheese. That's his Christian name, Charles Edward Cheese. Somebody actually wrote me an email that said, it's Charles Entertainment Cheese. That's what the E stands for. I'm just letting you know. I'm like, wow, you have a lot of time on your hands, man. You're correcting for the love of Charles Edward Cheese. It's funny when you argue with somebody, I'm like, no, it's Edward. Edward is this. He's like, no, it's Charles Entertainment, look it up. And I go, I did. And it's Edward. Just sing. I had a roommate for years and years, and I loved him, but he's on drugs. And we're hanging out one night, and he goes, do you like the Grateful Dead? I go, no. He goes, well, have you ever seen them live? I go, why would I see them live if I don't like any of their songs? He's like, you gotta see them live, dude, you gotta see them live. I'm like, why? Because you get trashed and you go see them live? I would rather drop acid and go to Chuck E. Cheese. Have you ever seen that band live? You haven't lived till you see a rat rip a guitar solo, okay? I'm talking Charles Edward Cheese. I'm Italian-American and I live in New York, and one of my passions, stand-up comedy's my job, but one of my passions before the dark times was to go from city to city around this great country and tell people in these different cities that they have terrible pizza. It's awesome, guys. And it weirdly hurts people's feelings. And I can work it into any conversation. I was in Baltimore, I'm coming down an elevator, I'm talking to this woman, she goes, oh, you live in New York City? How did you enjoy our aquarium? I'm like, lady, I don't know anything about your aquarium, but your pizza is terrible. She goes, what's wrong with it? And that gives you a pathway to insult their entire town. I'm like, first of all, miss, in order to have good pizza, you need good water. You guys don't have it. And maybe you're using all of your good water in your aquarium, but you're not using it in your pizza, because it sucks. Your toppings are bad. Do you have any Italians in this town who could make a pizza? Anyone who could read a recipe? Do you have anyone in this town who could read? Do you guys have schools? It's a new thing sweeping the country called schools. Then I'll compare the town negatively to another town close by. I'll go, look, I was just in Cleveland. That's not great pizza, but it's not this dog crap. It's pretty fun, guys. You guys are a great crowd because you're getting my jokes, you know? A lot of people don't get my jokes. Not a lot, some. You know, some crowds don't get it. And if there's a joke in everyday life, I'll make it. You know who does not appreciate my unique sense of humor? Chinese customs. Because I went to China before the dark times. And they were like, why are you coming to China? And I was like, to feel tall? No, I ended up in a work camp for quite some time. I dropped my phone in the toilet in China, and that's actually the best place to drop your phone in the toilet, you know, because of all the rice. But I wouldn't put it in white rice, I put it in brown rice because of my commitment to diversity. Diversity, guys, that's the name of the game in show business now. My manager calls me up. He's like, Mike, is there anything in your background that could give us some much needed diversity? I go, well, I'm 100% Italian. Does that help? He goes, actually, that hurts us a lot. So if you could not mention that again, that would be a big help. Then he's like, what about what's going on inside of you? Is there any diversity there? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, with your feelings. Like, sometimes do you feel like a woman that is trapped inside of a man's body? Because that's a story we could tell. I'm like, no, that's not really happening. But I was born C-section. So I was a man who was trapped inside of a woman's body. I don't know if that counts. I don't know if that makes... Am I a hero? Am I a hero? Anyway, I got my phone working in China again. And my Chinese tour guide was like, Mike, how are you enjoying China? I'm like, it's pretty good, but your pizza is terrible. And I was like, you know who has a pretty good slice? Korea. It's not great, but it's not this dog crap. Fine, guys, what's my immigration policy? Is that what you want to know? 90-day fiance. I say, if you want to come to this country, that's fine, but you have to marry one of our worst people. Have you seen that show? I would rather go back to El Salvador and fight MS-13 than to marry Darcy from Connecticut. I'm pro-immigrant. I came from immigrants, you know. But I notice in New York, the immigrants from the small countries, Eastern Bloc, Central America, they yell into their phones. They're always yelling. Yelling is toxic and problematic. I don't know if you guys know that or not. It's no longer ethnic. But they're yelling into their phones, and I can't help but think, that's probably why you were asked to leave your country. Country is so small and you're yelling, the cops were probably like, you need to go to a bigger land, more suited to your voice inflection. But I think we're good people in this country. I think it's a lot of good people, you know? It's, I think the problem, the big divide in this country, is that we're all looking at the same thing from different perspectives. It's perspective. For example, I'm a huge boxing fan. I love all kinds of boxing. And I was watching this one fight. It was a female fighter, and her brother was the promoter. And they were interviewing her, and they're like, how did you start fighting? And it's a tragic story. She goes, when I was young, I watched my father hit my mother. I was too weak to do anything about it, so I learned to fight, and it never happened again. I'm like, wow, that's pretty powerful. Then I thought, but the brother, the promoter, grew up in the same home. So he must have saw the same thing and thought to himself, I can sell tickets to this.
You could be any witness that you want to be. I started doing comedy in Ohio when I first started. My friends and I, you're always a broke person as a comedian, looking for ways to make money. Well, my one friend told me about this thing where you can sue somebody on court television, and the court show actually pays whoever wins, and it doesn't go on anybody's record. So we started just making up cases to sue each other, and then just split the money and make sure the plaintiff wins. I was a witness on Judge Alex. My team won, and I'm glad we won because I needed the money at the time.
Man, I'm just glad we got this money. I needed the money so bad. I'm broke. I have like 3 frozen hamburgers at home. I can't afford to buy toothpaste.
You could be any plaintiff that you want to be. I was on Judge Joe Brown as a plaintiff. You can be any defendant that you want to be. I was on Judge Alex again as a defendant. I went a few years later. I used my middle name to slip past the producers. And this one I played a promoter. I was supposed to promote my friend's Battle of the Beards contest, and I kind of just blew him off and didn't do anything. And when I got to court, I really didn't have much of a defense at all either. Judge Alex was not impressed with me.
To me, I just think communication was failed. Communication was failed? I agree. What does that even mean? I don't know. I just think it was just a misunderstanding, and I don't understand why it's got to be like this. How much weed do you smoke?
You could be any journalist that you want to be. This is a company called Monet. They're a multi-level marketing company, aka a pyramid scheme, where the only people who make money that work for them are the people at the top of the pyramid, all the executives. Everyone else just ends up wasting a bunch of time or losing money, actually. In addition to being one of these companies, they're also been known for making people lose their hair. Yeah, they have like skin products that were making people lose their hair. So I emailed them and pretended to be a reporter from a newspaper I made up called the Coloradoan Times. Signed, my name is Jackie Jones. I emailed them a meme I made of their CEO. I photoshopped him bald and said, if you like the Vin Diesel look, you should try our hair products because they'll make you bald. They wrote back and said, it's absolutely, unequivocally not from their CEO. So I said, okay, we'll make note that he didn't say anything about Vin Diesel. However, we do have something Vin Diesel said about him. I said, we can share that with you too before we run our story. They're like, yes, we absolutely want to see that story and quote before you run it. So I was like, okay, yes, this is directly from Vin's reps. I've relied on Monat to keep me bald for years. So after this email, the next email I got was from their lawyers. And they sent me a multi-page demand letter. It mentioned Vin Diesel like 6 times. And they said that you can tell it's not their CEO by a simple Google search. They said if Jackie or the Coloradoan Times publishes this, they'll take swift legal action. And then they gave me a deadline to confirm that I won't publish this. And then they said if you have any questions or want to address this issue further, please contact us or have your attorney do so. So I had my attorney do so. I wrote them and said, on January 28th, 2021, you threatened to take swift legal action. I'm reaching out to inform you that if you take any legal action against Jackie or the Coloradoan Times, even just a tiny hair of legal action, I'll respond by photoshopping every Monad executive bald. These photos will be posted on the internet and made easily accessible by a simple Google search. In addition, I'll get in touch with every bald celebrity to ask them if they'd be interested in promoting Monat, and that list includes, but is not limited to, Pitbull, Charles Barkley, Samuel L. Jackson, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Larry David, Seal, Terry Crews, and the Dalai Lama. You have until Friday, January 29th, 2021 at 8:59 a.m. Mountain Standard Time to read this email. That time has already passed. If you have any questions or wish to address this issue further, please do not hesitate to contact a Jones. Sincerely, Jackie Jones. Jones, Jones & Jones, LLC, attorneys at law. You mess with Jones, you get the Jones. So I shared this online, and someone saw it, I guess, and then they sent me a link to a Zoom party that all of the executives, all the people at the top of the pyramid at Monat were having together. So I joined as Trey Angle, and it got a little awkward in there.
And I see one face I don't recognize. Who is Mr. Angle?
Hey, I'm Trey.
And they removed Trey from the meeting. So I tried rejoining. I changed my name really quick and tried to rejoin, and they let me back in. So I was able to say,
You mess with the Jones, you get the Jones.
You could be anything.
My wife, she's white. Whoa, it got quiet. Okay. But my wife is just not white. She white. Now, I know a lot of people in here are white, and you're questioning yourselves right now going, am I white? No. My wife is whiter than you. My wife is from Gillette, Wyoming white. You hear that? When white people intimidate, like, damn. That's white. But we got a beautiful family, man. We got 2 kids. My son is now 5, my daughter's 2, and they're black, white, and Asian. That's right, that's right. We gave birth to pandas. We call them Ling Ling and Sing Sing. And my last special, I talked about this when my son was born, because I didn't have a daughter at that time. When my son was born and the doctor handed me my son. It's crazy as a father because I knew I would die for him, right? And I don't even know this dude. He could be a terrible human being, but I would die for him, you know? But when they handed me my daughter, oh, it was different. I was like, oh, okay. I would kill for you. I became a murderer overnight. Because the family dynamic to me is crazy. Like, I would die for my son, I would kill for my daughter. But here's what's crazy. I wouldn't kill for my wife. Because that's not my job. That's her father's job. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. Because I love both of my kids the same. But the love is in different directions. My son, I want him to be able to take care of himself, be strong. But I know for the rest of my life, I'm going to protect my daughter. 100%. And what's the biggest threat to women? Look at that. Men. So now I hate all men. I became a lesbian activist overnight. / murderer. I'm Ellen DeGeneres with a gun. Because every man's a threat to my daughter. Every single man eventually will be a threat to my daughter. I hate my son. Sometimes I hate my son. Why? Because he's a threat to my daughter. We all have baby cams and watching my kids play. My daughter's playing with her little toy. My son walks over and grabs the toy from her. I get so angry, but then my daughter grabs it back and I'm like, yeah, that's my baby girl. Right? Don't take no man's crap. But then my son looks around to see if anybody's watching. Starts backing up where she is, and he hits her with his butt. And she falls to the ground and starts crying. I get so angry inside. I'm so mad. I want to this little dude up, right? But I can't. He's only 5, and it's not a fair fight. It's not a fair fight. All I can do is scream and like, hey, you better stop that. And he runs off. But my daughter could hit my son with a brick in the face. I'd be like, hey, girl, good job, good job.
First job, I was a teacher. That's what I did. And first job, I lied to get a job because there were no phys ed jobs. And that completely backfired. They made me teach grade 12 history. I know, I didn't even take grade 12 history when I was in high school. So I'm teaching it, and I'm like the 10th smartest person in the class. That's not good. Awful. No idea what I was doing. Had never taken history in my life. I had to go home every night, read the chapters myself first to learn everything. Then I'd come in and teach it. That's how the whole year was. I'd even assign the homework like this every night. All right, tonight for homework, I'd like you to read chapters 1 to 3, okay? And then stop reading, all right? Don't go reading ahead. Coming in asking questions tomorrow on stuff I haven't learned yet. That's a no-no. We don't do that. Because that's what the smart kids would do. Every day I had this kid, Duncan. Every day he had a new question. Sir, what happened to the Mayan civilization? What chapter's that, Duncan? 15. What are you, a loser? You read the whole book already? I couldn't call him a loser. I could think it. But that's the thing, right? Teachers don't know the answer. We don't admit it. I never said, I don't know. I'd lie. Throw it back on the kids. That was my trick. Oh, is that right, Duncan? Huh. So you think I'm just going to spoon feed you the answers all year, do you? No, that's not how I teach, kids. So thanks to Duncan, I would like the rest of you to go home tonight and look up what happened to whatever he's mumbling about at the back. That was my whole year. It's horrible. I'd have Duncan come up and write the question on the board in big letters. Because I needed to see how he spelled Mayan so I could Google it later myself. Thank God for Google. When you can't spell something, at the top it says, did you mean this word, idiot? Thank you, Google Master. It was horrible. Then you had to come in the next day, take up the homework. Oh, I still don't know what happened to the Mayan civilization. Kids have their hand up. I'm like, put your hand down, Dave. You got a 30 average. I'm not gambling on your answer. Can't ask a kid with a 30 average. I don't know if he's right or wrong. He's going to give an answer. I'm just going to be like this. That's a good. Let's see what someone smarter than you thinks. That's how I had to. Lorraine, can you tell us what happened to the Mayan civilization? And then whatever she would say, I would vote. How many people agree with that answer? There you go, Duncan. That's exactly what happened right there. There's a whole year of that. One kid smoked pot every day. Unbelievable. Pot. This kid would smoke it every morning, 9 o'clock, first period. Walk in stoned every day like I'm stupid. I can't tell you're stoned. It's 12th grade. You stick out like a sore thumb. Teachers aren't idiots. Then I thought about it. I think the only grade that kids could have smoked up before class and walked in without getting caught was kindergarten. That's the only grade. Think about it. You could have smoked up all you want before kindergarten. Stormed into class. No one would know. It took everybody an hour and a half to get their coat and boots off. You smoke up all you want. You'll be taking forever to get your boots off. So would everybody else. You'd be like, God, everybody's smoked up today. Look at this. Who's the dealer? Imagine being stoned at the age of 4. That would be hilarious. Trying to get that piece of crap $8 snowsuit off. Remember this thing from Kmart? Had one zipper. Started at your forehead. Couldn't breathe for the first 3 minutes of the day. Got stuck 15 times. You're stoned out of your mind, walking around going, God, it's hot. It's hot. It's June. Why am I wearing a snowsuit? This pot is screwing up my ability to recognize the seasons. What kind of crap zipper was that? One zipper. When only the left leg came out, remember? It started up here, wrapped around a couple times, in case it wasn't on tight enough, where we wrap it up. And then only the left leg, that's how it was made. People making it were like, let the little potheads figure it out. We don't need 2 zippers. So you're stoned out of your mind and you can't get it off. You're like, I can't get the right leg out. And you're dragging around your snowsuit. You think it's a dead body because of the pot. You're like, whoa, there's a dead body. You're getting tired. That's a great grade to be stoned. Miss, I'm tired. When's our nap? Oh. Did I miss snack time? I'm starving. I'm so hungry. I was racist in grade 1. Yeah. I didn't mean to be racist. I don't know why I did this. My best friend was a kid named Rami Jahari. That's how he said his name. I don't know why I did this. I wasn't trying to be funny. I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just a 6-year-old kid. He was one of my best friends, but I'd call him over every recess. Rami! Okay, let's try this. Did I say anything? Nothing? Okay, I got some other ideas tomorrow. I'll see you at recess. I do that every day. Then I go to his house for lunch. You ever go to an Arabic person's house for lunch when you're 6? It's terrifying. Everything they say, they sound angry. His father would come in the room. Rama! Mitayaka si tayar makaratia! Okay. My dad would like to know if you'd like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch. I had a buddy skipped grade 1. Wow. How the hell do you skip grade 1? What are you, big finger painting champion? Duck, duck, goose winner every day? Wow, look at that kid run. Skip him. How stupid do you feel, though, walking into grade 2? You just skipped grade 1. Everyone's looking at you, mocking you. Look, that's the kid right there. Skip grade 1. No, shut up. Heard he's really good at cooperating with others. Remember, I had to do the food groups project. Remember this waste of time? Did it every year. It's like every teacher assigned it. It's those teachers that had nothing to do. That was me. No lesson plans. I'd show movies when I taught. This is how selfish I was as a teacher. One year I was teaching geography. And I was showing Rudy. Because I like that movie. Had nothing to do with the class. I'm like, this has nothing to do with geography. Happened in Indiana, okay? But what I would do is I had geography period 1 and geography period 2, the same grade. I would show period 1 the first half, and then I'd just keep it going the second half. They're like, what? Period 2 is like, why are we watching this in the middle? Well, I just saw the first half. I don't want to see it again. I remember doing the food groups, though, every year. So then I assigned it every year. That's how it works. I'm going to do what all my teachers did. But I remember being in grade 1 and we had to do this project. 6 years old, if you're going to do a project and they sign someone with you, you got to be supervised. You can't leave 2 6-year-old boys up in a room doing a project, because I don't know how we got to this, but we did our project. Nutrition. We couldn't spell. Nutrition. And you underline it. Double underline, double. Put a little R with the number. It's spelled wrong. Put an R, drop it in. Diary product. We couldn't spell. And then nutrition, underline, and then diary product. And then they post them in the halls for everyone to see. So your parents can come beat you up at parent-teacher night because they see you can't spell and you embarrass the family name. Because your name's this big on those posters. We go upstairs. This is a true story. I don't know what it means. I don't know how we came to this. We finished taping everything. His mom's picking him up in 2 hours. It takes 15 minutes. We're up in my room, 6 years old. I suggest we tape our penises together. And the thing that blows my mind, when I look back on that day, I can't help but think, what are the odds of finding a kid in the whole world to agree to this? I got the one kid in my room. And he wasn't like, he didn't question it. He was like, yeah. Like, it's like he was thinking it too. And that's the weird stuff you do. Joey, I'll never forget it. Joey and I are up there. Oh, this is gonna be fun. We stripped down. And we just did that. We taped our penises together and we just stared at each other. We didn't know what to do. Completely naked, just standing there. Thinking maybe this wasn't such a good idea. And then he says, I lost it when he said this. I ended up peeing all over him. And he wasn't trying to be funny, but we were 6 years old. We had just learned the alphabet. And he's staring and he says, he's all excited too. We made the letter H. And that was it. That was our project. I wasn't even a good student. I remember being in grade 6. That was my worst year. Couldn't read very well. And they made you read out loud. Remember that crap? Get rid of this reading out loud in schools. Nobody is listening to the kid that's reading. We're not following, we're doing the same thing. We all sat at our desks, terrified, counting people to see which paragraph we had. That's all you want to know. Which one do I got to read? Is it big? Is it a big one? I can line it up. Kid, before you go to the bathroom, you're like, oh, I'm screwing up the order. I don't have the same paragraph now. You always had that one kid, too. Every school had that one kid in grade 6 that was 7 reading years behind everybody. Remember this kid, Bruno? Couldn't go to recess till Bruno finished reading. I was like, what? My life was recess in grade 6. I was the first kid lined up. This is how I stood at the door. 2 minutes before the bell, just like this. Come on, let us go, let us go. This is... My buddies are behind me going, go get the field, Jerry, go get the field. Yeah, no kidding, idiot. Why do you think I'm in my fast position? This is, you think I stand like this all day? No, I don't stand like this all day. See the other kids getting out early, you're losing it. Miss, how come that class? Oh. Because we had to get the field. That's how guys lived. You had to get the field or the court. One kid was sent out to touch a pole. Sometimes I'd be on the wrong field, just holding the pole, no one showing up. That was my whole recess. Come on, where are these guys, man? I got the whole field to myself. You had to get the field or the court. Girls didn't care as much in grade 6. You could have fun with nothing. You could take a little corner of the field and find a rock, and you were, girls, a rock. Come on in, I'm gonna create a game. Everyone's welcome, there's no discriminating, no. No teams since someone's left alone. I'm gonna draw a box, and we're gonna stand in and out, and we'll dance in and out. It's called in and out. I just made it up, and this is our game. We'll be friends forever. Oh, I love it. What a great game. Not us. We had to fight. We couldn't go one day to recess because Bruno couldn't read, and then the bear licked the honey. I was like, are you kidding me? Why did this kid always yell? It took forever. And then the BR. That doesn't sound right. Then he'd say the wrong word over and over again, the exact same way. It's like he wasn't even trying anymore. Leikola. The BR Leikola. Can't get this. Leikola. Come on. Shut his eyes sometimes, like he was thinking harder. Leikola. No. You might want to look at the word. To make matters worse, he's the only kid in the class that wouldn't follow the paragraph with his finger. So he'd finally finish reading that sentence, and then he'd read it again. You're like, what the hell? I just heard this half an hour ago. But he'd read it like two different things happened. I didn't know what was going on. And then the BR, Leikola the honey. What? And then the BR, Leikola the honey. What? My book doesn't say that. It was awful. I'm like, come on, Bruno, learn how to read, man. You're 17, it's ridiculous. Put your helmet back on. How come he gets a helmet, miss? Nobody told me why he wore a helmet. How come he gets a helmet? Gets to leave every day at 2 o'clock on his own bus? That's not fair. No one told me I'd show up the next day with the helmet on. Miss, it's 2 o'clock. Bruno and I gotta take off. Our bus is outside, yeah. Poor kid.